And now, football fans, your 2022 Bucholz High School football seniors. Number 1, Donnie Heber is accompanied by his mom, dad, and 2 sisters. He would like to thank his mom, dad, brother, and sisters for their support, and would like to thank Coach Witt, Coach B, and Coach Peoples for their guidance. He would like to thank his teammates for the relationships he has with them. Number 2, Creed Whittemore, accompanied by his mom, Missy, dad, Mark, and brother, Andrew. He would like to say thanks to his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and we'd like to thank his parents for putting the time and energy into raising him into the man he is today. He would like to thank his brothers for being his biggest supporters and for always being there when he needed them. He wants to thank all of the coaches and staff that have made these last 4 years special. Number 4, James Williams, accompanied by his mom, dad, grandmother, 2 sisters, and cousins. He is thankful for his family that's been with him for the last 4 years. He's thankful for his coaches for showing the Bobcat way and to make him a better player. He's also thankful for his teammates for having his back for the past couple years. Number 5, Colin Negado, accompanied by mom, Deanna, dad, Matt, brothers Connor and Chase, and grandparents Ronald and Diana. He would like to thank his family for always pushing him to be the best person he can be on and off the field. He would also like to thank Coach Wells for always having his back and believing in him. He would like to thank Asa Walker for always being a role model and mentor in life. Number 6, Gavin Hill, accompanied by his mom, Kista, dad, George, brothers Quentin and Gabe, and sisters Monique and Kaya. He would like to thank the man above and his parents for helping him on his journey. He wants to thank Coach Witt and Coach Chunk for supporting him on and off the field. He also wants to shout out to all of his brothers for growing up together. Number 9, Jakari Kelly, accompanied by his mom and dad. He would like to thank his mom and dad for making this possible. He would also like to thank the whole Bucholz staff for everything that they have done for him.
From Milton Lewis Stadium and Citizens Field, this is the Florida Sports Broadcasting Network high school football game of the week, coming to you from Gainesville tonight. The 3-4 Golden Eagles of Fleming Island on the road tonight to take on the 6-1 Bobcats of Bucholz. Hi, everybody. Mike Sella here along with David Wells, Ray Canaveri, and the rest of the crew as we look at the game tonight, which should be very interesting because both teams coming off disappointing losses last week. And, David, I guess that's the key for both of these coaches to figure a way to get their players up after a short work week.
Well, I mean, it's going to be very important for Fleming Island to rebound after a tough loss to Creekside. You know, they've had such an up-and-down year for themselves. They've had good performances from their quarterback, awesome performances from their defense, and then the exact opposite stuff that's been tough to take as a well-built team and somebody that needs to play, or a unit that needs to play together. This is a tough task. We've been here before as a Florida Sports Broadcasting production, and last year was a very disappointing loss in the first round of the playoffs. Surprising to get in first round of the playoffs, first and foremost. So returning back to that same venue that they competed in last year and being able to have a second chance is going to matter a lot to these seniors.
So the Bucholz team 6-1 last week, first loss of the season to Bartram Trail. A lot of people lose to Bartram Trail, but it was the way they lost. They came in high-flying offense, and Bartram Trail shut them down and beat them 21-6.
Well, Bartram Trail's defense is built to play a nice quarterback with receivers, and it's what it sounds like tonight with Creed Whittemore, the quarterback for Bucholz.
Yeah, we talk about Bucholz. They've got a senior quarterback. That is going to be the key of the game for the Golden Eagles, is to keep him under control. He comes in averaging over almost 100 yards per game on the ground and 236 yards through the air, so he is the 1-2 punch.
I mean, being able to generate 300 yards of offense all by yourself is quite impressive. You know, he's come from a family tree of Whittemores that have played at Bucholz High School. He has one older brother that got a full scholarship to play wide receiver at Indiana, and another that's currently starting for the University of Florida and doing quite well.
Yep, and looking at his numbers from last week against Bartram Trail, it was a pretty impressive game. 21 for 38, 261 yards. He had a TD and 2 interceptions, which did hurt them. He also added 104 yards on the ground and 13 carries. So it wasn't him that failed the team
absolutely
last
not.
week.
And even just watching him in warm-ups and the way he was last year. Last year he played receiver. He is quicker than fast. He's going to be somebody that dodges tackles early, and he's going to get that 15-yard gain. He's not necessarily somebody that's going to break the 60, 70-yard run, but the Eagles have struggled in the secondary tackling consistently, so it's going to be up to guys like David Smith and Devontae Lewis to step up and be able to make tackles.
You're taking a look at the field here at Milton Lewis Stadium. This is senior night here for Bucholz, and so consequently they honored everybody in the color guard and the band. Now they're honoring the senior football players, so that's what you're seeing in front of you tonight. Beautiful night for a football game. Got a few broken clouds. Thankfully, the sun is down. It was just brutal here.
Oh, it was 95 degrees up in the concrete press box.
Yeah, and it is down, and so it's going to be a nice night. As we take a look at the Bobcats in their season so far, they opened up against Columbia with a 31-14 win. They beat Riverview Sarasota 45-6. They beat Creekside 48-41, and then they went on to beat Vanguard 24-21. Really rolled over Gainesville 49-zip, beat Oakley 45-31, and that's where Whittemore was his most dangerous. He hit for 5 TDs, 346 yards. He was 24 for 31 in that game.
So Whittemore's actually committed now to play for Mississippi State. He's going to be a quarterback that's going to be an air raid quarterback at Mississippi State and potentially convert to wide receiver. They don't usually use a whole lot of mobile quarterbacks at that school, and it's going to be interesting to see how they use him next year. But as far as this game goes, it's going to be a tough test. Guys like Abram Wright and Jace Edwards, the 2 bookends, have to be able to contain him within the pocket, and this environment is probably pretty emotional for him. One of the last games he's going to get to play at home. If they can take advantage of it, it's not quite the same Fleming Island team that they played a year ago. This is an older, wiser team, one that's underperformed but still has that edge to them.
And one other thing that we should point out about the Bobcats before we take a break and come back and talk about what the Golden Eagles are going to face here tonight. You were looking at the roster for the Bobcats, and they've got some big people on that either defensive or offensive line.
Well, just walking by their offensive line in pregame, they seemed towering over me. I'm only about 5'10", and these guys seemed pretty good 6'2". A lot of them built over 250 pounds. They are a well-put-together line that looks like it can pass protect quite well. They spent the majority of pregame making sure their pass protections were correct. But if you wanted to highlight one particular player, it's going to be number 8, Kendall Jackson. He's a Mississippi State offered plus Kentucky offered defensive end, defensive tackle. He's 6'4", 245 pounds, and a game wrecker along that defensive line.
And he's not the biggest guy on the line, that's for sure.
Oh, they've got others
active,
too.
But yeah, we've got some beef there. I saw one of the players topped off at about 293, so that should be interesting to see how.
There was not one high school football player that I ever played with 293 pounds. So
maybe a couple put together.
Yeah, you put 2 of me next to each other, maybe.
All right, you're watching Golden Eagle Fleming Island football here on the Florida Sports Broadcasting Channel, and we appreciate you being here tonight. Mike Sell along with David Wells, Ray Canaveri, and we'll take a time out and come back and talk a little bit about the Fleming Island Golden Eagles and how their season has turned since starting 3-0. We'll be back with more coming up.
Next up, Beverly Law. Escorted by her mother, Beverly Graham, and grandfather, Ricky Clay. Her future plans are to attend college and major in science in diagnostical medical sonography or ultrasound tech. Next up, Deja McDonald.
Are you looking for a place to get connected, find community support or purpose? If the answer is yes, River Christian Church is the place for you. In addition to Thursday night and Sunday services, RCC offers support groups, youth groups, and events for all ages. Make sure you join RCC this Sunday, October the 30th for the Fall Festival from 3 to 5 p.m. Admission is free, and RCC is located at 5900 U.S. Highway 17. Stop by, give them a call, or visit riverchristian.church and let them show you how they can be a blessing to you.
And her dad, Terrence. Her older brother, TJ, and younger sister, Layla. attend Florida A&M and to become a flight attendant.
And we're back here in Gainesville at the Milton Lewis Stadium Citizens Field Complex. A very nice stadium here for high school football. And under the lights once again. Going to be a beautiful evening weather-wise. Won't have any weather problems. No rain in the forecast, which is always a nice thing.
Yes. This broadcasting station has seen its fair share of rain, and I know that we don't want to have any of that tonight. It does feel like a little breeze is rolling in a little bit from what would be the bottom of your screen to the top of your screen. And it's not enough to affect anything, just enough to make it a lot more pleasant.
That's for sure. All right, let's talk about Fleming Island Golden Eagles. They had a disappointing loss last week. They were beaten by Creekside in the last minute of the ball game with a touchdown pass, and so they go down to a loss at 38-35, and that puts them at 3-4 on the season. They've lost 3 out of their last 4 games. How about Coach Springs? What's he got to do to get his team back on the winning track?
That's really tough. We definitely pitched this team early in the season to be a redemption team, something that would come back from what they were last season. They've had some struggles here with very close games. This Creekside one being the most heartbreaking, which does take a lot of wind out of your sails as well. Most teams don't respond quite well after losing games like that. But Coach Springs is he's a rah-rah guy. He's going to be able to motivate the troops to go into this game. They seemed a little flat in pregame, but all it's going to take is one big play to get these kids back into it.
I think I said 3-4. They are 4-3 on the season, having lost 3 of their last 4. They started the season 3-0, and they've had some tough losses. 2 of their losses by 6 points or less, and so it's up to Coach Springs to try to figure a way to, 1, got to go hold down Creed Whittemore, and 2, get his 1-2 punch of Sebastian Broughton and Sam Singleton out into the open spaces so they can run and see if we can get some yardage and some touchdowns this week.
As easy as step 1 and step 2, right?
There you go. Oh. I could be a great coach.
Oh, sign him up. Sign him up tomorrow, man. Along those lines, you're right. There's plenty of steps that go into doing that, whether it's being able to spy the quarterback with your athletic linebacker, Joel Robinson, or whether you're trying to contain him with your 2 outside linebackers that are both very athletic in their own right, or just trying to be able to play solid man-to-man coverage and, letting the chips fall as they were. It's going to be hard to contain a quarterback like him, but if you can get him under pressure quickly and having him to distribute the football all over the field, it's going to be a lot more beneficial to them. 260 yards is a lot of yards for a high school quarterback to average, but as long as you're getting him throwing the ball instead of running the ball, you'll be a lot more productive. And on the opposite side of the ball, it's the Sam Singleton show. Every week we talk about how he has to make a big impact in order for this team to win. So that's the most important thing for the Golden Eagles.
We got the national anthem. Let's pause and hear the Star Spangled Banner. And there you have it, the Bucholz marching band as they play the national anthem here at the Milton Lewis Stadium, which is just moments away from the kickoff here tonight. And, the Golden Eagles come in, they're averaging nearly 30 points per game on offense. However, they're giving up a little over 21 points per game on defense. And so that's going to be the test, I would think, tonight.
Well, even looking at that, you'd assume they'd be better than a 4-3 football team. It's just those games that slip away from them that's the tough part.
Let's take a look at common opponents. There's 3 of them. Fleming Island lost to Oak Leaf 26-20. Bucholz beat Oak Leaf 45-31, and we know that's where Whittemore went off with his 5 TD, 350-yard performance. They lost to Bartram 17-zip. The Golden Eagles did. Bucholz lost to Bartram 21-6. That was the last game that they played. And the last game that is the common opponent, common foe, Creekside. That was the game that Fleming Island lost last week. And then, of course, Bucholz beat Creekside 48-41. So that gives you a little bit of a reference as to how this season has gone with these 2 teams. Bucholz has been able to pull out those close games, and Fleming Island has not been able to figure a way to get to the finish line ahead in the 2 of those games, which could have made a big difference.
It seems like those games are the off games for Fleming Island. It's tough because those are mostly district games as well, so games that have extra weight on your season, whether or not you get in or not. I was talking to the athletic director before this game kicked off, and he says that most likely for Fleming Island to be able to get into the playoffs, they're going to have to not only win this week, but next week as well.
And next week they take Orange Park on at home at the Rock, and that should always be a good game. It's a traditional game to finish up the season. And I would think they'll also need some help from some other teams as well, even if they win tonight and next week.
Most likely. Last year they got some help because of the RPI system, just because they had so many big wins. And that win over Mandarin is going to help them out quite a bit, but they're going to need to have to finish strong, absolutely. It's the way that they win that will help determine whether or not they get in the playoffs.
All right, we're taking a look at the meeting of the captains, and the flip of the coin looks like Fleming Island won the toss and are deferring, but we'll wait and see the official as they make their call. They've got everybody moving to which side, which goal they're going to defend.
Quickly, we have Abram Wright, Kanjamani, 52 Michael Zaray, and finally 19 Dakota Rowe as the captains for this evening. For Bucholz, we have Donnie Hebert, Kendall Jackson, Creed Whittemore, and number 55, Brian Rosenberg.
There you go. Okay, so Fleming Island gets the first win of the night, which is the coin flip, and we've got the band out there possibly to get the Bobcats to run through before the start of the game here. This is senior night at Milton Lewis Stadium for the Bobcats, and so they are doing everything they can to honor the seniors and make sure they have a good night to remember. Now the Golden Eagles, as we take a look at their season, of course, they opened against Clay with a big 49-7 win. Rickards, they won 51-20. Nice, they beat Nice in Ponte Vedra 19-14. They lost to Oak Leaf. One of those close games, 26-20. Bartram Trail finished them off 17-zip. And, of course, in Mandarin, they won that last-minute comeback. That was quite a comeback for the Golden Eagles, 35-28.
Yeah, I couldn't talk for about 2 days after that one.
I was watching at home. It was unbelievable that Broughton could bring it back like that. And, of course, last week they lost to Creekside sort of the same way that they beat Mandarin in the last minute of the game. They went down with a touchdown pass. 38-35 was the final. So as we take a look, Sebastian Broughton comes into the game with a quarterback rating of 100. Pretty darn good for the sophomore. And Dave, you said he's drawn a lot of attention from college scouts already.
So right now he's getting film evaluated from SEC schools. He's going to be taking what's called the quarterback lap. After your sophomore year, if you put on good tape, you go to a bunch of different camps and get evaluated by big-time schools. For Sebastian Broughton, he's going to get seen by at least a good 20 schools that are going to invite and pay for him to go to camps with these new NIL deals. Currently, he has an offer from Pittsburgh. They jumped on him first, and making sure that they get as much attention to him as they possibly can. Only things that might draw you back from Sebastian Broughton is size, but he can move, he can sling the ball, he has accuracy, and the ability to throw the ball deep as well. So as long as he can clean up the mistakes, that's a part of it, just being a young quarterback, and continue to improve his leadership skills, which are already pretty good. He's got some pieces to be a college quarterback.
That's heady stuff for a sophomore. Having big major programs take a look at you already. Mm-hmm. Of course, we know that's what happens in the college game. We see Bucholz is headed out onto the field. They're in their black helmets today with black jerseys and white and gold trim, white numerals, white pants, and the Golden Eagles of Fleming Island yet to take the field. Here they come, the Golden Eagles.
You know, you got to be impartial about these things. Like right down the middle, they got pretty good uniforms here at Bucholz.
Yeah, those are.
They look
nice
pretty
uniforms.
snazzy.
Yep. They do have a black stripe along the pant leg there. Golden Eagles, of course, in their traditional gold helmets. Got the white jerseys with green and gold
Things
numerals.
that matter a lot to the kids these days. The uniform combinations, the social media posts. Both these schools getting into that a little bit on both Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, and of course the white pants, and I guess we don't have any throwback jerseys to wear on a Thursday night.
Oh, stop giving them ideas, man.
All right, just about ready for kickoff, and we're underway.
Little pooch kick,
Yeah,
nicely
comes
located.
down about the 15-yard line, and got the ball carrier along the sideline, and we're underway.
I'm a fan of that. They've been giving up plenty of long returns on these kickoffs, and being able to locate one of those pooch kicks where you're skyballing the kick a little bit, so that gives the kickoff coverage team enough time to get there and tackle and limit how big those returns are is huge. You know, the difference between giving them the ball at the 20 and the 30 is minimal. Letting them score or get past the 50 of your 50 is a big deal.
All right, here's Creed Whittemore. He's calling signals, changing the play at the line.
So Golden Eagles changing up their defensive scheme here. It looks like they're going to be running a 3-3 stack. 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers.
Here goes the flip. And we've got some running room for Jaron Hamilton, senior running back, wide receiver. Picks up pretty good yardage.
So this is going to put a lot of stress on those 3 linebackers to make plays, not only in between the tackles, but sideline to sideline. You don't have a good way to set the edge playing this style of defense, but you do have a lot more speed on the field.
Once again, it's Whittemore calling signals.
Single high safety deep, Devontae Lewis, senior.
He's got Jackery Kelly in the slot, one of his favorite receivers. And once again, they keep it on the ground. Once again, it's Quentin Cutler. Cutler across the 40-yard line down to about the 39 of the Golden Eagles.
So we've become accustomed to seeing number 76, Cleo Matthews, come into the game to stop the run. This is not going to be a starter tonight.
Once again, they look to the sidelines. The Bobcats not doing anything fancy, that's for sure. They're keeping it on the ground.
Oh, lulling them to sleep.
Snap, a little high, it's okay. Here's Whittemore, he's going deep. He's got a man, he's got the touchdown.
Caleb Singleton on the coverage there. He seemed like he was in great position, kind of went more for the ball than the receiver. You'd like to see him play the hands there instead of going for a one-handed interception.
Whittemore dropping the dime.
It was a great throw. You know, there is no defense for a perfect throw, but you'd like to see him stay closer and in phase.
So 39-yard touchdown pass from Whittemore to Jaron Hamilton. And the Golden Eagles stunned by the Bobcats with an early touchdown.
Now they got to adjust to these formations on the extra point, or else they're going to get an easy 2 points. Now they're going to adjust here and kick the extra point.
But at some point, you might expect them to snap the ball out of that formation, no?
So these high school teams now have monitors on their sidelines, and they're going to have their huddle pulled up ready to go, and they're going to possibly look to see what their alignment's going to be on that extra point, come back with the coaching staff, say, oh, we couldn't do this, and then run that the next time they come up for a 2-point conversion.
Extra point by Reed Russo is good, and the Bobcats taking an early 7-0 lead over the Golden Eagles. 11:06 remaining in this first quarter, and made things look very easy for Creed Whittemore.
Well, it was pretty easy. Their defensive alignment suggested that they should be able to run the ball and test the edges, which they did very successfully. And then as soon as they had a little bit of offensive success, it gave them an opportunity to take a shot in plus territory. They go over the 50-yard line, and they have a wide open, or not wide open, it was a contested coverage and excellent throw, but they take their shot and they have success.
Yeah, we're waiting for the kickoff now as the Bobcats will kick off to Fleming Island.
We got Mustafa Marshall and Caleb Singleton back to return this kick. Mustafa more of the short area guy and Caleb the burner.
Let's see what happens. Golden Eagles sort of pooched the kick. We'll see what the Bobcats do here, whether they kick away or they do something different.
Oh, correction, that's Sam Singleton back there.
Yeah, Sam is back there, so Reed Russo kicks it down, and it's going to Sam, who's going to let it go out of the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
So utilizing Sam on the kickoff, utilizing Sam as the RB1. How many times can you get him to catch the ball without him being tired? One of the things about him is that he does run out of gas a little bit, but when he actually has an opportunity to break runs in the fourth quarter, they can be 80-yard runs.
Yeah, sometimes I think he's actually getting stronger as the game goes along.
Absolutely. He can take punishment, but he needs those other running backs behind him to also produce. They have 3 other running backs that can touch the ball, and as long as he's fresh and ready to go for that fourth quarter, they'll be good.
All right, Sebastian Broughton in at the quarterback calling signals. Hands off to Singleton. Singleton right up the middle, picks up a couple of yards. I think they'll mark him down at around the 23, 24-yard line, so a pickup of, let's call it 3.
Nice play there by number 72, Kevin Reyes, was able to plant the Mississippi State offered Kendall Jackson. Good start for them on the great defensive line, Bucholz.
Broughton right back beyond center. In the gun. There's the snap. Handoff to Singleton once again off the right side. Sam's got some room. He's across the 40-yard line, and I think he went out of bounds. At about the 42. So Sam Singleton gets the first 2 carries for the Golden Eagles to start the offensive series. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles. Let's see if they've marked this. Yep, it is the 42, their own 42. Once again, Singleton, lone back. Calling signals. Snap. Fake to Singleton. Looks like Broughton wants to throw. He's getting some pressure, and now he's going to have to scramble. He's over the 45. Looks like he's out to midfield before there's a hit on Broughton as he goes out of bounds.
Looks like that'll bring up 2nd down and short. A nice job to stay alive. Actually, that'll be a 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles.
Got the first down. Seemed very similar to the way that the offense started for the Bobcats. A couple of runs, and then they let the quarterback throw. In this case, Broughton had nobody to throw to and had to scramble on his own to pick up the yardage.
But you just got to get in rhythm. You got to be able to play with a lot of explosiveness and make big plays. This is an offense that does stutter out. If they get into 3rd down and long, they're not going to be able to produce very well. They need the big plays. They need to stay on schedule. Things can't go wrong, or else a disaster becomes even worse.
Singleton picks up a long 2. Let's call it 2nd and 8. Broughton getting the signs. Play called in from the sidelines. Golden Eagles looking to match the Bobcats, who went right down the field on their first possession and scored. They lead at 7-0. Here's Sam once again. This time he is caught behind the line, breaks the tackle, gets ahead for maybe a yard.
Stop at the 44-yard line.
Looks like we're going to be about 3rd and 6.
Yep, 3rd and 6 it will be. Let's see what they go for on their first 3rd down and long.
Going to go 3 receivers to the left and Darian Dominic to the right. One-on-one coverage there on the right side of the field.
Yep, we got trips here to the near side of the field. Broughton, hands off. Nope, he keeps it himself. He faked it to Singleton. He keeps it on the ground. Pyle moves inside the 40. He'll be very close to the first down.
I believe they're going to give him that first down.
Stopped at the 37-yard line. The gain is good enough for another Eagles first down.
Yep, first down that
nice
time.
job following the block of Caleb Singleton there. Not usually a blocker of Sam Singleton, sorry. And follows right behind him, leans forward into it, uses his legs, and gets the extra couple yards.
Well, this is interesting. On one of the, they got 3 receivers to the near side of the field. One is number 20, that's Sebastian Cruz, just a freshman.
A lot of youth on this receiving core. They're trying to incorporate the young guys with a little bit of talent.
Yeah, he's quick, too. Got some speed. Let's take a look at what's happening here with Broughton. He's in trouble once again. He flips. Ball is on the ground. Fortunately for Broughton, he flipped it ahead, not behind, trying to get it to Singleton.
With danger there a little bit. The underhanded shuffle, trying to get the extra couple yards.
Fortunately, no defensive player was standing close by. So that'll be a 2nd and 10 now as the Eagles have had the ball for about 3 minutes here on this drive. Let's see whether they keep it on the ground or they let Broughton go to the air. Here he goes, keeps it on the ground, off the right side, inside the 30-yard line and out of bounds. Nice block by Sam Singleton. He shows that he's an all-around football player. He made the kick-out block that allowed Broughton.
Yeah, using the best running back in the state as a lead blocker. Bold call. We like it.
Yeah, let's see. Did not get enough for the first down, so it'll be 3rd and let's call it 3. Same format. Same formation here for the Golden Eagles that they've used since the first play in this drive. Now Broughton's calling signals. Got Singleton behind him in the formation. And here goes Sam straight ahead. He's still going. They're not going to get him down with just one guy. It looks like he's inside the 25 for the first down.
Well, they're moving, getting down the field, a nice consistent drive. You know, let's see if they can get to a shot play. This is right about where they took that shot against Mandarin, where they won the game with.
So to the near side of the field, you've got Dakota Rowe, Trace Birdie, and Sebastian Cruz, 2 freshmen, wide receivers. Broughton with the snap. Gives it to Sam Singleton once again. And this time they stop him. Not after he picks up about a yard, maybe 2.
That's tough there. They sent a run blitz in there and caught them pretty easily. It's not like the most predictable offense in high school football, but when you have a running back like that, you know it's eventually going to come, and you're going to have to stack the box and run blitz.
Well, the game was pretty much what we talked about right at the top. The 1-2 punch of Creed Whittemore and the 1-2 punch of Broughton and Singleton.
It's the only people touching the ball so far.
That is it. And here's Broughton now. He's running a little bit out of time. Decides to throw downfield. He's got a man, and it's broken up.
A great play there by their defensive back to be able to run down and catch Darian Dominic. And Dominic is still down on the field, actually in a lot of pain by the body expressions, holding his hands.
Both players were down, including the secondary player, Cameron Boykin, for Bucholz. Broughton made a nice throw. He saw that he had a man open. It may have been just a little behind him, and that's allowed the Bobcat.
And as he gets older, his arm's going to get a little bit stronger. He saw it. He has the ability to make it, and I think he's a year away from darting that thing in there. We're going to come down to about a 3rd and 10 here.
Yep.
At the 23-yard line.
Once again, they got a single receiver to the top of the field, the top of your screen. Your side, you got 3. Singleton behind Broughton. He wants to throw. He looks. He throws. He throws away over the top.
Now you're a little bit in no man's land here. I don't think that they have the range to kick this field goal on 4th down. They might end up having to go for this. Appears they might be taking a timeout.
All right, and take a timeout with them as well. 6:37 left in the first quarter. Bobcats leading the Golden Eagles 7-0. If you're just joining us, the touchdown came in the first possession that the Bobcats had. They took the ball over, ran it right down the field, and then at the 11:06 mark, it was Creed Whittemore, a 39-yard touchdown pass to Jaron Hamilton. Extra point was good, and that's where we are right now. So first big decision for Coach Springs and his coaching staff as to what to do here with this third, and we'll call it, that's to make it fourth and call it 9. The offense is on the field, so it does not look like they're going to try to kick a field goal here. Should be interesting to see what the play call looks like. Again, 3 receivers near side, 1 to the top of your screen.
Just got to make sure they get to the sticks. It's going to be a timeout Bucholz, so he wanted to see the formation, adjust to what Fleming Island was going to do, call a timeout, and adjust.
And now does Coach Springs readjust?
Oh, yeah, it's a game of chess. It's like one guy moves pawn A6, or I don't know how to play chess, but I know how to play football. You're going to line up in a different formation, hopefully trying to just maybe necessarily flip the play over to its other side and disguise whatever look with the same ideas and principles that you wanted to do to get the first down in the first place.
Well, whether it's football or chess, last man standing is always the one that wins, right?
There you go.
So we'll see what Coach Springs comes up with. You're watching high school football, Eagles, Bobcats on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Mike Seller with David Wells. Ray Canterbury on camera today, keeping us looking good with all those shots here tonight. And once again, both teams break the huddle. Still facing that 4th and 9.
So the wind's starting to pick up a little bit.
It could be a factor at some point. So this time, Darian Dominic goes to the top of the screen. He's the lone receiver. Split right. Here's Broughton. He throws screen pass. Singleton with the football. He is still on his feet, still trying to get
That's going to be real close. It looks a little short.
Boy, what a play by Singleton.
He had to clear the 16 to get there. I think he only made it to the 15. That'll be a turnover on downs.
I'll give Sam a lot of credit. He was not going to go down. He did everything he could to try to pick up that first down. Instead, the Golden Eagles give the ball up on downs, and we'll go back the other way as Bucholz goes back on offense. Now, so far, the Golden Eagles haven't stopped the Bobcats at all in terms of defense. They have not been able to put a halt on them. Let's see what they can do at this point. Bobcats led by their quarterback, Creed Whittemore.
So already a fundamental change. They're going to put in Jackson and Matthews in to be 2 bigger bodies along that defensive line.
All right, let's see what happens. Yeah, same formation for the Bobcats. In fact, Coach Mark Whittemore was unhappy with some of the sets that he called last week in their loss to Bartram Trail. Once again, hand up the middle, hand off.
They are not struggling at all with this Fleming Island defense, being able to split those 2 defensive tackles with tackles that can reach in to penetrate along the inside and guards that can go and hit that second level.
Quentin Cutler picking up the yardage. We'll call it 7, 2nd and 3 for the Bobcats. Golden Eagles got to dial up some kind of solution here to the offense that the Bobcats are displaying tonight. Whittemore looking for the play call from the sidelines. He relays that to his teammates. And now he's ready to go. Wants to throw this time. Now he's going to scramble. He's still running around.
Wow, what feet, man.
Yeah, and now he's directing traffic. And now he's spinning back the other way. And he's almost escaped down at the 24-yard line. Wow.
That was exciting.
I think he got back to the line of scrimmage, which is probably the longest run for no gain ever.
At least a good 50 yards of run in there. I wish I could move like that. That'd be cool.
Actually, they give him about 2 yards on the carry, so it'll bring up 3rd and 1. But, boy, he is nifty back there, isn't he?
Exciting. Definitely an exciting player.
He's going to tire out those defensive linemen for the Golden Eagles. I've seen plays where the quarterback spins once, but not 2 or 3 times like he just did.
He's like Kyler Murray for high school football.
There you go. All right. 3rd down. Big down for the Fleming Island defense, and instead the Bobcats break it right up the middle.
I mean, I understand from a base perspective you want to stop this passing game, but on 3rd and short you're going to line up with 3 not of your biggest defensive linemen and keep your linebackers 5 yards back. that's a recipe to just get 3 yards in a cloud of dust. There, they get 7 yards in a cloud of dust. So, I don't understand.
Quentin Cutler is the running back. Not big guy, 5'8", 155, and he was just big enough to squeeze through a hole, pick up another first down. So the Bobcats have it on their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Here's Whittemore. Once again in the gun. Looks to throw. It is incomplete. Jaron Hamilton was the intended receiver. He caught the touchdown pass from the quarterback, Whittemore, on the drive. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Might be able to hear them. They're not too far away from us. It's the
they've got rhythm. They've got a little funk there. A great band from the Golden Eagles.
All right. 2nd down and 10. Here's Whittemore. Directing traffic. He's going to throw deep, and it's complete.
Oh, very lucky the receiver stumbled there because he had nobody behind him between him and the end zone.
Jackery Kelly. That's about a 26-yard pass from Whittemore. Flag on the play. It's going to be a roughing the passer call on the Golden Eagles. And so that'll push the ball further ahead once they mark it off. So with the pass play, it reached the Fleming Island 38-yard line. Roughing the passer will add another 15.
Again, we'd like to remind the folks at home that our scoreboard here is not official. It is, we're working our best to match what is on the game clock as often as possible.
Well, right now you're in sync with the game clock, so that's a good
I'm
thing.
getting pretty good at this. I'm working out the kinks.
All right, so they mark off the yardage for the roughing penalty. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. We'll call it the 24-yard line of Fleming Island. In motion. And a handoff to Cutler straight ahead.
Great job by Walker Wooden there, securing the edge. One thing about this defense is you're allowed to blitz. You need to be able to shoot gaps and make plays in the backfield, or else there's going to be big plays. And a good job by Walker Wooden, the run stopping of the 2 interior backers that is able to make the play there.
Looks like they gave him about a yard and a half, 2 yards on the carry, and so that'll bring up a 2nd and 8. Here's Whittemore, quick flip, and we've got some running room there for the Bobcats. That was Jordan Richardson, 6'1", 180-pound junior. And that was a nice play. A flip from Whittemore, and there was lots of running room for Richardson as he made it around the left end.
And they're going to be in a goal-to-go situation here. You cannot stay with your 3 tiny defensive linemen. You need to be able to put some beef out there. There is some bigger linemen that Fleming Island has to offer to stop this surge. You need to be able to stop the bleeding here as Bucholz adds in an extra offensive lineman.
We've seen no plays called directly for the quarterback at this point. We wonder if they'll try to let Whittemore take
quarterback power here, probably coming soon.
Nope, he passes. He's got a man. Touchdown.
Great
Bobcats.
throw. Phenomenal throw there, right in the breadbasket.
I don't know what's going on in the corner, whether he got hurt or not. Oh, they all come back out of there. Looks like that was. Looks like Williams was the one that caught the football. Once again, they line up. Let's see if they shift. David, you called this the last time.
Well, they'll feel comfortable with a 13-point lead. There's no reason to push on the gas or take risks if you're up by 2 touchdowns. They feel as if they're going to be able to stop the Golden Eagles again, so why? Show your cards as you can save those plays for next week.
Oh, before we got the snap, we get a penalty.
Actually, it looked like he missed that too, so. Offside on the Eagles, that's tough.
Will that change your mind about going for 2 at that point?
Creed Whittemore, he's pitching for it right now. To no avail. It looks like they are going to go kick the extra point.
They're going to give the touchdown pass to Hamilton, Jaron Hamilton. That's his second hookup with Whittemore here in the game. Creekside leads it by the score of 13-zip. They're going to go for the extra point here. Reed Russo, the senior place kicker on. Kick is up, long enough, and it's good.
And it's in the woods.
If you find it, do you get to keep it as a souvenir?
Oh, maybe in pro ball. We need every single one of those you can get for the college, for the high school kids.
All right, so it is now 14 Bobcats, Golden Eagles 0, 2:29 still left to go in the first quarter. So the Golden Eagles are up against it. Their defense has got to come up with some kind of solution for the Bobcats' potent offense. And this drive is a big one for the Golden Eagles offense.
There's always a chance you come off flat after a big loss, especially when you're so competitive in that you lose in the last minute. And there is not a whole lot of juice on this Golden Eagles sideline. They just need one big play, just like we said in pregame, to be able to turn around. And, of course, if you're looking for a big play, there's that number 2 guy over there. He's pretty good.
Yeah, that's for sure. So they're going to have to find some kind of solution here and possibly go on the kind of drive they had when they had the first possession, but actually finish it off, punch it in to get on the scoreboard.
I didn't think that Bucholz brought all that much pressure on Sebastian Broughton, so he has plenty of time to throw, and of course that ability to elude anybody that does break through that offensive line. So being able to throw the ball downfield, it's worth a couple shots now.
Once again, Reed Russo for the Bobcats, ready to kick it off. Singleton is one of the 2 return men. This time they kick it away from Sim, just sort of pooch kick, and it comes down at around the 20-yard line, advance up to the 30. Did not see who, there he is. All right, so that was Edward Williams. So pretty decent field position for the Golden Eagles as they get their second possession here. We'll see where they mark it down at their own 34-yard line. And that's where the Eagles will have it, 1st and 10.
They're going to bring in an extra offense, or actually they're not going to bring an extra offensive line. Ray is going to be a starter at guard now.
They changed formations. They were running trips before. Now they just have one wide receiver to the near side. That's the freshman, Sebastian Cruz. And here goes Sam Singleton, looking to get to the line of scrimmage, and he does not.
Tough there. Dakota Rowe trying to sacrifice his body to be able to kick out that offensive lineman, but the right tackle unable to secure his man. So what was going to be an open lane on that power play, or that wham block essentially, is closed very quickly.
Number 15, Thomas Weinhardt, 6'2", 225 linebacker. Came up with the stop there. 2nd and 10 for the Golden Eagles. Under 2 minutes to go here, first quarter. We're at Milton Lewis Stadium in Gainesville tonight for sports of a football nature for you. Once again, Singleton off the right side. He gets a yard, maybe 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Golden Eagles. Of course, this is Florida Sports Broadcasting. Mike Sellett, David Wells, Ray Canterbury. Very pleasant night for football, although the Golden Eagles have got to heat things up on the offensive side and come up with some way to cool off the Bobcats.
And it doesn't seem like they're electing to go very fast right now. They took plenty of time and a very casual attitude getting to the line of scrimmage as we approach about a minute left in the
first quarter. Yep. 3rd and 7. Wide receivers, top and bottom. Here goes Sebastian. He's got some room. He's going to keep this ball, and he's going to get some yardage. In fact, he runs right to the sticks. Let's see where they...
Or I believe Whittemore was there on the tackle.
Wow. Whittemore playing both sides of the ball tonight.
Impressive.
And he caught his counterpart. Looks like Sebastian Broughton got the first down. They're moving the sticks. Yep, it is 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles at their own 44-yard line, just over the 44. Looks like you're going to have 2 backs in the backfield with Broughton. Mustafa Marshall and Singleton. Singleton with the hand from Broughton. He goes around the right end. He's got some room to work, and now he's taken out of bounds at about midfield. There was no doubt about what they were going to do. They put the extra back in the backfield to lead Singleton around the end, right?
It's definitely something where Sam's going to have to be more involved. You're waiting to throw those body blows before the big knockout punch, which is those cutback, those counters, those draw plays, where hopefully you can get them into open space and be able to generate those long run plays.
Once again, same formation, 2nd and 5 for the Golden Eagles at the midfield stripe. And here's Broughton, fakes to Singleton. He's got some room to run. He's still on his feet. He's moving inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. Now you know why they call him the Worm.
Oh, he wiggled out of that one for sure. Right in between the tackles there, fakes the handoff, able to create some offense on his own, and get a nice positive play here headed into the second quarter.
Boy, he is quick once he gets ahead of steam up. End of the first quarter, Bobcats lead at 14-0. This is Florida Sports Broadcasting. We'll take a timeout and be back after this.
This would not have been possible without the generosity of Citron Clean, who donated their time and talent to power wash and disinfect the facility not once, but twice. The Bobcats appreciate Citron Clean, and their donation is visible to your cats on a daily basis. You can contact CJ at Citron Clean, 352-359-0671. For all of your floor cleaning, pressure washing needs and more. That's CJ at Citron.
Are you looking for a place to get connected, find community support or purpose? If the answer is yes, River Christian Church is the place for you. In addition to Thursday night and Sunday services, RCC offers support groups, youth groups, and events for all ages. Make sure you join RCC this Sunday, October the 30th for the Fall Festival from 3 to 5 p.m. Admission is free, and RCC is located at 5900 U.S. Highway 17. Stop by, give them a call, or visit riverchristian.church and let them show you how they can be a blessing to you.
This is Florida Sports Broadcasting. This is high school football, the high school football game of the week. Tonight, the Fleming Island Golden Eagles taking on the Bucholz Bobcats. Unfortunately, the Bobcats leading by a score of 14-0 as we start the second quarter, but the Fleming Island offense on the move. Looks like they've had some success with the two backs in the backfield, David. Looks like they're going to stick with that.
Yeah, Mustafa Marshall and Sam Singleton there. They're two best productive running backs.
Broughton with the handoff to Singleton off the right side, inside the 20, down to about the 16. Flag comes in late.
Singleton on the carry. Flag on the play.
I think they're going to call holding on Dakota Road because he's quite upset down there, protesting to the referees. That hurts. Nope. It's against the Golden Eagles. Did not see the sign. Looked like maybe somebody offside. Illegal motion. We'll see when they mark it off. Oh, there it is.
They're called the hold. Which Dakota Rose is such an effort blocker. You know, he's not a very filled out guy, but he's somebody that definitely uses his hands well and gives full effort through the block.
And that really hurts. As the Golden Eagles have picked up good yardage on the play, and instead we'll replay that first down, but it'll be 1st and 21. I'll make it. Is it first and it won't be 1st and 10? Yeah, I'd say 21.
Well, because it happens in this field of, yeah, it is 20. If it happens in the field of play, it's the spot of the foul.
Once again, Broughton with the snap on the move. He's trying to direct traffic. He breaks a tackle. He's going to get stopped, though, and dropped at about the 33-yard line.
This is what happens. They just get behind the sticks, and then a bad mistake turns into worse, and then all of a sudden you're down by 20, 30 yards in the down marker.
And Broughton is still down. That's not good news for the Golden Eagles. Looks like maybe an ankle.
Official timeout on the field.
Broughton is down on the field holding his, looks like his right ankle. Why don't we take a timeout? Well, they tend to Sebastian Broughton. You're watching the high school game of the week on Florida Sports Broadcasting.
Mr. Chubby's Wings are more than just wings. With a great food and beverage selection, Mr. Chubby's is the home of the original Fleming Island Happy Hour, Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. You can catch all your favorite sporting events on the numerous TVs, including all Fleming Island football games on FSB. Before or after the game, Mr. Chubby's has you covered, and they're only 0.8 of a mile from the Fleming Island High School campus. You can order online at MrChubby'sWings.com or call 904-272-WINGS. And while you're at it, let Mr. Chubby's cater your next event. Call 904-272-WINGS.
All right, Sebastian Broughton on the sidelines. Golden Eagles. Looks like Mustafa Marshall is.
Mustafa Marshall in to play a little Wildcat quarterback.
I guess so. He keeps the football, moves ahead. Down to about the 32-yard line.
Yeah, we don't see anybody on the sidelines warming up, so this might be the game plan.
I would say, why bother giving it to Mustafa? Let Singleton get it.
Yeah, let Sam dance.
We're going to hand it off to him anyway. And here comes Broughton back. Boy, everybody breathes
There
a
we
sigh
go.
of relief from this side of the stadium. Want to put a little quick tape on that, and he's back. And now he's running toward the sideline again. I think he's got to stay out one more play.
Possibly.
That's what it looks like. And so
we got 3rd down and 30.
Yep.
Might as well not rush him back, right?
Yep. So here's Marshall again with the snap. He takes off left side, gets down to about the 26-yard line, and that is where he is stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th at about 15 or 16. We'll see where they mark it. And I guess they're going to call a timeout here, maybe to get him in the game. Broughton still wasn't able to get in the game as they now come to the sidelines.
With 9:55 left in the second quarter, not looking particularly good for the Golden Eagles here, especially if they don't have their quarterback at 100%.
That was a big sigh of relief, though, from all of the Golden Eagle fans that made the trip here to Gainesville. As when he limped off, everybody was pretty much holding their breath.
It didn't really look like there was a backup plan there.
I did not see one other than Mustafa Marshall.
There is a plan. It's called Plan A, and then you're done.
Poor Mustafa, he didn't know what hit him. You know, okay, you go out there and take the snap.
Hey, Mustafa can play some defense. He can be a kick returner. He's a running back. He's played some slot receiver as well. We're just going to have to add quarterback into it. You know, the high school position is undefined. Call him an athlete.
Well, wind is starting to kick up now. I'm going to have to go to that Scotch tape to hold all the rosters down. Big down here for the Golden Eagles. 4th and 15. They'd love to keep this drive alive and put some points on the board before halftime. They're trailing by 2 scores, 14-zip. And they certainly don't want to give the ball back to that explosive Bobcat offense. So Broughton in the backfield, in the gun, along with Sam Singleton. Got triple receivers to the near side. And now a whistle and a timeout. Timeout by the Bobcats.
That is their second charge timeout of the half.
We're going to take a break. You ready for it? All right, we'll take a break. 14-zip. Bobcats leading the Golden Eagles here on Florida Sports Broadcasting.
The United Sports Alliance is proud to continue its flag football program. Flag football is a fun, safe, and effective way for boys and girls of every age and skill level to learn the sport. Play is non-contact and the game format is 5-on-5 with 1 practice and 1 game per week. Flag football is fast, engaging, and fun. It focuses on safe gameplay and teaching players cooperation, accountability, leadership, and positive sportsmanship. For more information, go to the letter U, sportsalliance.org.
All right, back just in time here to Milton Lucis Stadium as the Golden Eagles are facing a 4th and 15. Once again, they've got triple receivers to the near side. Broughton, the quarterback, back after seemingly suffered a slight sprain to an ankle, his right ankle as a matter of fact. Snap is good. Broughton, plenty of time. He's looking way downfield. Nobody is open. Now Broughton throws, and it's complete. Oh, what a hit.
You wonder if he could have survived a little bit longer there, because even if that pass was completed, he was still about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
That was Trace Burney who went up to make the catch, and only that hard hit by
That
the
was tough.
linebacker from the Bobcats separated him from the ball. He popped right up, which is good news because he could have been injured on that play. He was stretched high in the air and got hit from the backside by one of the Bobcat linebackers, and so that is not a successful fourth down effort, and ball will go back to Bucholz. Creed Whittemore, number 2, is the quarterback. He has had quite a game so far. 2 touchdown passes to Jaron Hamilton. His squad is up 14-zip. And Whittemore hands off. Cutler on the move. Cutler, good run out to about the 45-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds.
That running back definitely has a lot of juice there, able to slip tackles and run with a lot of speed and agility, able to break out to his right with one big cut and then have an extra 10 yards with a quick ear.
Some of those big linemen are out there, David, for Bucholz. Leading the way that time was Brady Barnes, 6'3", 293.
That's tough, man. I don't know if they have a single player on their defensive line able to keep up with that much mass.
1st and 10 from their own 43. The Bobcats. Whittemore looking to throw. Now he pulls the ball down. Still looking downfield. He turns the corner out of bounds at around midfield, maybe into Golden Eagle territory.
I believe they're going to give him another first down on that. He stuck the ball out before he went out of bounds, but it's close.
Boy, he is smooth.
I'll give him a second.
When he gets moving.
Absolutely. He looks like a wide receiver playing quarterback, and I had some doubts about his ability to throw, but he's an accurate passer as well.
They say he picked up 8 on the carry. 2nd and 2. Into Golden Eagle territory are the Bobcats at the 48. Creed Whittemore putting on a show so far here today for the home fans on senior night for the Bobcats. Golden Eagles looking for a solution. Quick pass out. That is Hamilton. No, make that Jackery Kelly.
Yeah, flag down.
Kelly is all the way down to the Golden Eagle 35, but as David indicates, there is a flag on the play.
This is just death by 1,000 punches for the Golden Eagles here.
Let's see. Personal foul on the Bobcats.
Not really sure what exactly that personal foul is, but normally there's some kind of signal, whether it's an illegal chop block, whether it's unsportsmanlike conduct, and they're calling that a dead ball foul, or are they calling that a after the play?
So I guess we'll see when they mark it. Here he is again. He's going to make the call. I don't recognize the call, but
no indication of what the personal foul is.
Is that going to be a 2nd down?
There's something wrong with the down and distance here, because either he gets the first down and it's a post-play penalty, which is a first down, which would therefore make it a 1st and 25, or it's a pre-snap penalty that should make it then 2nd and a gigantic number. Either way, it should be either 1st and 25 or 2nd and a considerable margin. So they're giving him the first down and then enforcing the penalty.
Okay. So that'll make it a 1st. Now they're moving the chains. Going to give him a 1st and 10 from the midfield stripe. So.
All right, so they're not going to call it post-play. They're going to call it during the play, which they're going to give them the first down, but then mark off the yardage after the play.
All right.
So 1st and 10.
I hope everybody took notes, because we'll have a test later on in the broadcast.
Yeah. I've been studying, I promise.
You lost me. As long as you got it handled, it's just called down and distance. Here we go. First down from the midfield stripe for Creed Whittemore and the Bobcat offense. Cutler, the running back. Here's Whittemore. He wants to throw the ball. He does. It's deep. He's got a man. Overthrow.
You didn't have to grab there. He got a little handsy and wanted to make sure that there was no chance the receiver could get a hand on the ball, but I don't really think that was catchable, but close enough to draw a pass interference penalty. So this would be a flag on Caleb Singleton And I believe it's just yardage in high school, not the spot of the foul. So it's not a significant penalty, but it does get them on across the 30-yard line.
James Williams was the intended receiver. Yeah, I don't believe he was able to catch that football. And
now, this is a little sloppy. It's a yardage penalty, and nobody kept the yardage.
They moved the chains already?
They moved the chains already. Rough estimation, the 35-yard line. Good job, guys.
There we go. All right, so now we got a 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. Golden Eagles got to find a way to stop the Bobcats on this possession. They want to go behind by 3 scores before halftime. Whittemore keeps it himself, goes straight up the middle. He is going to get down to the 40-yard line, 30-yard line.
Whittemore on the carry.
First time we've seen him call his own number.
Yeah, for being such a great mobile quarterback, we don't like to run him between the tackles.
2nd and 5, picked up 5 on the carry.
Rolling in inside of 8:30 right now, so it's getting a little closer to the game being potentially a 3-score ball game, which is going to be very tough for the Golden Eagles to overcome in the second half.
Yeah, they don't want to drop behind by those 3 scores before halftime. The defense got to come up with a play. Somebody's got to make a play for the Golden Eagles. Here's Whittemore. Time runs out. He spins. He throws. He has got a man, but he throws it a little short. Incomplete on the near sideline.
Whittemore's pass intended for Livingston is incomplete. This brings up 3rd down.
R.J. Livingston was the intended receiver. They've been running a lot of wide receivers in and out of the game. It's 3rd and 5 from the 30. We still having trouble with now we're good? All right. The scoreboard operator's got to catch up with us. He's out.
Oh yeah, I beat the scoreboard operator. I feel very I feel proud of myself.
Vindicated, huh?
Yeah.
All right, big 3rd down for the Golden Eagle defense. Whittemore fakes the hand off to Cutler. He keeps it. He's around the right end. He's got the 1st down and more. Flag down on the play. Whittemore into the end zone. Touchdown.
I don't think that one will matter. I think Khalil Matthews had a lane to the quarterback, and the offensive lineman did not need to hold him. There's no way that Khalil would be able to keep up with that very elusive quarterback, but he grabbed a hold of the jersey, and that's going to bring this play back.
Yep, sure will.
That'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot.
I think we'll get a replay of 3rd down, be a 3rd and 15.
I'll tell you, Whittemore has been impressive tonight, no question about it. That one gets called back, so the Bobcats will have to march backwards here on this 3rd down play. We've not seen a punter yet here tonight, so that's
Conjamani's got a good leg on him, but we'd like to see him still stay on the sideline. As far as Bucholz goes, their offense really hasn't sputtered out pretty much, but this is a big 3rd down here. They're going to need to convert.
3rd and 15. Golden Eagles love to stuff a play here so that they can force a punt by the Bobcats.
They play pretty conservatively, man with a free safety over the top.
Got 5 wide receivers. Here's Whittemore, wants to throw. Screen pass underneath, nobody there. I don't know if he'll make the 1st down. That's Cutler coming out of the backfield. He's down at the 30-yard line.
So they leaked the running back out of the backfield there. Nobody within 20 yards of him, but good for the Golden Eagles defense to come up and make a tackle in open space.
That was good pursuit. They were there quickly, and any kind of chance that Cutler thought he had of making the 1st down was cut down. So this is going to be 4th and
Looks
about
like
5.
5 or 6, but it's no man's land, so they have to go for it.
They are going to go for it. Whittemore still in the game, looking to the sidelines.
Very rarely you're going to see a kicker in high school be able to kick a 47-yard field goal.
Formation changes. They've moved some people around. This time they got triple wide receivers topside. They got Cutler as the running back in the backfield. And Whittemore will check with the sidelines, and now a timeout. So Mark Whittemore, the head coach.
Let's go check on old Boyo. Make sure he's ready for this one.
Yeah. So we'll take a timeout, step out for a moment here in Florida Sports Broadcasting. Back in a moment.
The next broadcast on FSB takes place Friday, November the 4th, as Fleming Isalnd plays their final game of the regular season against Orange Park at the Rock. Florida Sports Broadcasting will bring you all the action beginning with the pregame show at 7:15. Kickoff that night will be 7:30. Don't miss it Friday, November the 4th as Fleming Isalnd takes on Orange Park. The game can be seen on the FloridaSportsBroadcasting.com website or on the Florida Sports Broadcasting YouTube channel. And all games can be seen on demand by going to the FloridaSportsBroadcasting.com website or on our YouTube channel.
Fourth down, the Bobcats looking to pick up some yardage as they flip it to Jaron Hamilton as he's trying to make it around the right end.
He looks short. It's going to be 1st and 10 Eagles. There we go.
That's what they needed. They needed a stop. They got to stop.
Big play for them here. Change momentum up. See if you can get some offense rolling.
I believe we're in the mandatory water break. 6:26 left to go in this first half. Bobcats leading the Eagles 14-0.
Be right back after this quick commercial.
Are you looking for a place to get connected, find community support or purpose? If the answer is yes, River Christian Church is the place for you. In addition to Thursday night and Sunday services, RCC offers support groups, youth groups, and events for all ages. Make sure you join RCC this Sunday, October the 30th for the Fall Festival from 3 to 5 p.m. Admission is free, and RCC is located at 5900 U.S. Highway 17. Stop by, give them a call, or visit riverchristian.church and let them show you how they can be a blessing to you.
All right, Golden Eagles with the football. Sam Singleton breaking tackles. He's going up the middle. Nobody will catch him. Oh, he gets tripped up at the very last second. One more step and Sam would have gone the full way.
As you slowly feel the momentum building towards the Golden Eagles squad. Very nice. Oh, we got injury down. I think some Mustafa Marshall down on the field. It looks like he's getting back up on his feet, though. That's nice.
Singleton was one step away from breaking that all the way. That would have been some way of getting back in this ball game. Golden Eagles will have the ball 1st and 10 at the Bobcats 45-yard line. First time they've been in Bobcat territory here in the second quarter.
Well, being able to move the ball is kind of tough here. You know, we had one long drive in that first half, but we didn't have the ability to kick a field goal and had to go for it on 4th down. We're going to see if we can still convert some points out of this. It's a little tough to have so much production and no points to show for it.
So once again, we've got the two running backs in the backfield with the quarterback. Here's Broughton, hands off. No, he fakes the handoff. Now he's trapped, and he's going to be down. Thrown down at the 49-yard line. Loss of about 3. So that time Sebastian faked the handoff, but had no place to go. Good job by the Bobcats.
He's getting a little used to sitting back in that pocket. He's had a couple plays there where he's able to, identify what's going on past the play a little backyard ball, and let his receivers go somewhere where they're not usually supposed to be, open up a window that wasn't supposed to be there, hold on to the ball and dance, but that's not going to happen when you have this little time.
Let's call it 2nd and 12. Broughton once again calling signals, got the snap, looking downfield, got time. This time he throws, and it's short of the intended
That was
mark.
A hold, and they called it. Okay.
That was Dakota Rowe, the intended target. And he was held by Donnie Hebert.
Yeah, senior captain there for the Bucholz there. It's a crossing route from one of the younger players, and you can't do that right over the middle of the field. There's an official that's going to sit there and watch you, so if you grab jersey right along the hash marks, they're going to call it every time.
All right, let's see where they mark this one. Yep, we got that. Okay. There we go. Good signaling there.
Pass interference against the Bobcats.
Pass interference. They're marking it off. A 15-yard penalty, and so that'll give the Golden Eagles a 1st down at the Bucholz 31. Big moment in the game here is Golden Eagles get some points on the board. They're right back in it after seemingly have been out of it for a while since the second score that Bobcats have put up on the scoreboard earlier this quarter.
Absolutely. It feels like that Bobcats team is really rolling and has cut the score down to a one-score touchdown game.
Handoff, Singleton off the right side. He is stopped. Now, I shouldn't have said stop because the pile's still moving. He's in there somewhere.
Definitely strong legs with them. They hit the weight room pretty hard. They have a strength conditioning / team morale coach that they use. It's quite the character. So the weight room shows off there for the Golden Eagles.
Sam got surrounded and still picked up 3, even though he got men at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 7. Under 5 minutes to go now in this first half. Golden Eagles with an opportunity to cut into the Bobcat lead. All right, I think the Eagles are ready. They're still pointing. Mustafa Marshall in the backfield with Sam Singleton. Here's Broughton. He keeps the football off the right side. He's got nobody in front of him. Slow down, Sebastian.
Touchdown, Worm. Nice.
Nice fake at the line of scrimmage, and then there was nobody within 10 yards of Sebastian Broughton as he runs it in.
And he gives a little gator chomp there because we're in Gainesville. You know, a nice little taunt to the home crowd. Like to see the energy, enthusiasm, a little charisma from the sophomore quarterback.
That's a big touchdown for the Golden Eagles. Puts them right back in the game. 25-yard run by Sebastian Broughton. And they're going to go for the single point. Extra point kick is coming up from Austin Allred. The snap, the kick, and it is good. Bobcats now lead by only 7. 4:12 left to go in this first half. Bucholz 14, Eagles 7. This is Florida Sports Broadcasting, the Friday night high school game of the week from Gainesville.
Mr. Chubby's Wings are more than just wings. With a great food and beverage selection, Mr. Chubby's is the home of the original Fleming Island Happy Hour, Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. You can catch all your favorite sporting events on the numerous TVs, including all Fleming Island football games on FSB. Before or after the game, Mr. Chubby's has you covered, and they're only 0.8 of a mile from the Fleming Island High School campus. You can order online at MrChubby'sWings.com or call 904-272-WINGS. And while you're at it, let Mr. Chubby's cater your next event. Call 904-272-WING.
Back here in Gainesville, Bucholz, Fleming Island, game of the week. Now we got a ball game. 14-7, the Bobcats lead. Kickoff coming down to about the 15-yard line. That's Cutler, and he is going to run out of room at the 30.
Great job tackling on there. A little nervous to kick it to their starting running back with a lot of juice. So a nice job by the kickoff coverage unit to be able to make a tackle there and set up in pretty ordinary field position and prevent the big play.
Well, 4 minutes, 4 seconds left to go in this first half. It'll be interesting to see what Mark Whittemore, the head coach of the Bucholz Bobcats, decides to do here with the football. I don't think it looks like he changes his offense all that much. I think they'll stay just as aggressive.
Absolutely. They've been very efficient with the way that they move the ball, but they just have to execute there in the red zone like they didn't do in the last drive.
Yeah, the penalties hurt them there. So let's see what they do. Creed Whittemore, their star quarterback. Quick pass. And that is number 9, Jacare Kelly, who makes it out to about the 34-yard line.
Now we call that the run-pass option. You have the run to the left, or you can flick it out to your right if you like the numbers. And there was no numbers to the right, so Whittemore just takes it, barely even moves his arm, and just flicks it out to the wide receiver.
Second and call at 5. Bobcats getting the signal from the sideline once again. Cutler is the lone running back along with the quarterback. Whittemore hands off. Cutler steps through, long gone. Look at him run. 40, down to the 30. 20-yard line. Cutler with a big run.
Wow, does he have agility, the ability to plant his foot in the ground and change direction. It turned around the defensive back pretty easily there. That's tough to defend, absolutely.
That's about a 51-yard scamper by Quentin Cutler, the junior running back. And that's something that the offense loves to see. That takes the pressure off the quarterback, that's for sure. So the Bobcats now threatening once again, and the Golden Eagles need to come up with another stop here because they don't want to give up a score just before half. That would be really disheartening.
Absolutely. You know, right after you pull off that touchdown drive, you need to be able to come out on defense and set the tone again. But inside the 20 already.
Here's Whittemore. He hands off, first man through. That's Williams. Williams still on his feet, crosses the end zone, touchdown.
Richardson on the carry.
For being a bigger back, he seemed to slide through there pretty easily.
Yeah, he had some good speed there. That is Williams. Sorry, excuse me, that was Jordan Richardson. Richardson on the run. That was a, looks like a 15-yard run there for a touchdown by Richardson. And now they'll shift and look for the extra point by Russo.
Tough break there from the Eagles. You know, you got to be able to tackle. This is a team that's struggled to defend the run consistently, although they are a very good defensive team. You know, it's a hit or miss performance from them. Either they'll let up a 200-yard rusher or have below 50 yards of rushing as an entire team unit. So
extra point is good, and so the Bobcats stretch their lead to 14 once again, 21-7. Just an absolute crusher for the Golden Eagles here in this first half. As just less than a minute ago, they scored.
They had some momentum.
Touchdown to
Absolutely.
Cut the lead in half. Let's see if they can muster some kind of enthusiasm here to try to push across another score and pull back into this ball game once again.
Well, they'll throw the headset on to the senior defensive back there, tell them that, hey, you're going to have to fill that hole a little bit quicker. You know, we came in with a very conservative game plan to play the pass. Now we're going to have to be able to focus in on the run because they're being so effective with it. And, of course, if you're a good Bucholz coach team, which I believe that they are, they're going to take shots again soon. And if you get this ball game up to a 3-score game at halftime, as we said before, it's going to be very difficult to overcome for a conservative offense like Fleming Island.
So Bucholz comes out. They'll kick the ball back to Fleming Island down deep. Is Mustafa Marshall and Sam Singleton. They're standing at about their own 3-yard line. Beautiful night here in Gainesville at the Milton Luce Stadium. The Citizens Field is where all the action's taking place, and this is the high school game of the week here on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Make sure you check us out at floridasportsbroadcasting.com. If you'd like to see any of the previous games of the football season, you'll be able to get them there. Watch the replays. And here's Russo kicking it deep, and a whistle right away.
And normally there's backup players on that kickoff unit, you know, somebody that's going to be able to just fill the gaps along the process, but a little antsy and excited and crossed the line before the ball was kicked.
Yep, so that means 5-yard penalty. They'll do it all over again. That is actually a good advantage for the Golden Eagles.
Especially because they did get a touchback the last time they kicked, too. It's going to be a better opportunity here to return this ball.
You might be hearing from our crowd, Mike, the wind kicking up. That could be a factor in the second half as the flag is now pretty much standing straight out. That could be a factor in throwing the football when we come back after halftime.
The wind's swirling just a little bit. You can't quite tell if it's going from right to left across your screen or from behind us to in front of us. It feels to us like it's going from behind to in front, but as the ball falls off the tee.
Yep, wind strong enough knocking the ball off the tee at this point, so Russo will set it up again.
If it happens the second time, you'll have to have somebody hold the ball.
Yep. They'll get a lull in the wind. Go ahead, Reed, kick it quick. Pretty much on the way. Here's the kick. It is along the ground, squibbed. It takes a high hop. It's to Sam Singleton at about the 15-yard line, looking for some room to run. Sam continues to head to the left side of the field, and now he is gang tackled at about the 26, 27-yard line.
Nice job by Dakota Rowe there not to get a block in the back. That would have been a costly penalty that set them up inside the 15-yard line. But we're going to take possession here, what appears to be the 26-yard line.
Give the Bobcats credit on that kickoff return team or coverage team, because Sam was looking for that one little hole to be able to
absolutely.
squirt through.
He doesn't need a whole lot. He needs 6 inches of daylight.
They wouldn't give it to him, and they finally wrestled him down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. Let's see what the Golden Eagles have drawn up here on offense for the final 2 minutes and 28 seconds of the first half. They have triple receivers near side. 2 of the 3 are freshmen. Singleton in the backfield with the quarterback, Sebastian Broughton, who left the game briefly early in the second quarter with what looked to be a sprained ankle, but he's been fine since then. Here's the pass. It's no good.
Oh, heard footsteps coming.
Yeah, that was the freshman, Trace Burney.
Is incomplete. This will bring up 2nd down.
Burney's getting a lot of snaps here tonight, along with the other freshman, Sebastian Cruz.
There's a lot of promising things about Burney. You're going to have that relationship with Sebastian Broughton for the next 2 years at least. So it's going to be nice to see those two develop their chemistry and become a better combination.
Now Darian Dominic is one of the 3 receivers split to the near side. Singleton behind Broughton. 2:25 remaining in this first half. Handoff, Sam breaks a tackle, breaks another one, jump cuts back. He is on the move across midfield to the 40, down to about the 37-yard line. And Sam is slow to get up.
I believe you're going to get timeout here, if I'm not mistaken. That'll be the 2nd timeout that the Sam's hurt.
Yeah, very slow to get up. That was a hard tackle from behind. Might have the wind knocked out of him the way that it looked. Boy, I'll tell you though, he jump cut a couple of times, and we were talking about that 6 inches. He found it and he took off. He turned the afterburners on and picked up good yardage into Bobcat territory. It'll be a 1st down at the 38-yard line.
He has a natural feel for the blocks that he has and doesn't have, and he's able to bounce it around the ones he does, and even if the offensive player isn't in the proper position, the way that he cuts back, he can find lanes to run.
This time they send the triple receivers to the far side. Darian Dominic, the lone receiver, near side. They got Tayshawn Smith in the game behind Broughton.
And that was called an official's timeout, so no, the clock will run as soon as the ball was set. So we're inside of 2 minutes now.
Yep, 1st and 10. Here's Broughton. He wants to throw. Now he wants to run. Breaks a tackle, throws ahead. He's got a man. It's complete. It's Dominic. Dominic on his feet to about the 13-yard line. Great play by Broughton that time.
As you get to inside 2 minutes here, you're rolling quickly. You're trying to get a couple more plays off. The defense has got their hands on their hips. This is your good time to strike for an end zone shot.
Yep, let's see what happens. Everybody's motioning something. Here comes Dakota Rowe.
And you can definitely take your time and wind up as much of this clock as you possibly can.
2 wide receivers near side, 2 wide far side. Singleton is out. Tayshawn Smith is the running back. Broughton wants to throw. Getting rushed. Now he steps up in the pocket. It's disintegrating, and he's still going. Now they're saying that the ball is going the Bobcat way.
They're pointing. The officials pointed the ground like he's down here.
So he was down, and it'll stay Golden Eagle football. And now the referee calls a timeout for the Golden Eagles. Now they're saying it might be Bobcat football. Oh, they thought Golden Eagles called a timeout, and Bobcats thought they said it was Bobcat football. So that's why they
just a little confusion. You know, they're high school kids. They get excited. You give them an inch, they take a mile.
I don't know. The referees better get on the same page here at halftime, because there's been some discussions and some rediscussions about where the ball should be, what the penalty is, and where it should be marked off.
Timeout on the field called by Fleming Island.
Fleming Island called that timeout. Bobcats thought it was a sign that they had gotten the football and take over possession, but that's not the case. They'll have to get back, buckle down the chin straps, and be on defense here. So 1 minute, 6 seconds left to go. We'll keep it here as the wind kicks up. And so far, David, it's pretty much what we previewed. For Bucholz, it's Creed Whittemore.
Creed Whittemore is a fantastic athlete. He's somebody that definitely sets up well for the next level. He's going to develop and get a little bit bigger and stronger, but I definitely think that Mississippi State's got a decent one and will bring a lot more athleticism to the air raid if he ends up playing quarterback there. He looks like he has the agility and quicks to play in the slot as well.
All right, so let's see what happens here. Golden Eagles working with a second and about 12. Right up the middle with Sam Singleton. Great tackles.
Mask.
Yeah, a helmet came off. Sam might be hurt again.
Might have got a shot to the face there, but in high school, I believe you're allowed to keep in the game if it's a face mask penalty.
Nice. Got to throw that.
Those locks back.
Yeah, that's something else. So let's see. They'll mark it off. So Golden Eagles knocking on the door. That was a great run by Sam. He got through a hole, and then he was hit from a couple of sides, kept going, driving those legs, and he's...
Now, you should be able to elect to run this clock. So if you wanted to run this... Yes, okay, the clock starts to run.
All right. Under a minute to go. Singleton. Broughton in the backfield. Could expect possibly a handoff here. And they do. They hand it to Sam. He cuts inside.
Desired result right there. Get him down as close to the 1 yard line as you possibly can. You got another timeout left in the pocket, so just wait it out. You've got another timeout, so use them. There's no need for urgency. Just wind some clock and call a timeout.
Ball's at the 1. Once again, 28 seconds and counting. Here's Sam. Touchdown,
okay.
Golden Eagles.
As long as it didn't end horribly, then you can't be mad at them. They kept the defense on their heels there. They run an off-tackle play. Sam finds a hole, quickly gets through it, scores a touchdown, brings this thing back to a manageable distance. You're an extra point away from a one-touchdown game rolling into halftime. It's a lot better result than it was last year for the Golden Eagles, and momentum, big old Uncle Mo's on their side.
And also give them credit. They didn't hang their heads after the Bobcats scored. They came right back. Sam doing most of the damage on the ground, and now a penalty. Got quite a few penalties so far in the game.
Some on both sides. In the majority of Fleming Island games that I've had the pleasure of calling, it's been more on the Golden Eagles than anybody else. But this time it seems like it's a little two-sided here.
All right, let's see.
Now, Fleming Island not so subtly making a gesture towards the sideline. I wonder if they're thinking about going for a little extra.
Well, I think they asked, but I think they were told that they're going to go for 1 here. Try to cut the lead to 7 once again.
Might as well.
Allred is on to kick. The snap's good. The kick is up, and it's good.
Nice.
Allred's point attempt is good.
So, with 22.7 seconds left to go in this first half, Fleming Island has climbed within 1 score. Bobcats lead at 21-14. And it is a game that we previewed. We said the 1-2 punch of Broughton and Singleton on the Golden Eagles side, Whittemore on the Bobcat side, although you might want to throw Cutler in there. He's had a good game as well.
Absolutely. I think that the running game for Bucholz has really been the driving force for them, and then the efficiency of the quarterback as well. But as you said before, the only thing going for the Fleming Island offense right now is the combination of Sebastian Broughton and Sam Singleton, especially on that last drive for Sam, being able to rip off all those nice runs and then finish it at the goal line with that touchdown.
There was that one nice pass to Darian Dominic that Broughton hit, which also helped down deep. And so we've got just 22.7 seconds to go here in this first half. Let's see what Fleming Island does with the football. It's a solid kick straight down, and it's picked up at about the 5-yard line by Hamilton. Hamilton continues
nice tackle.
Up to about the 30 before he is tackled in a very nice fashion. That's Sebastian Cruz, the freshman.
There you go. Put that on the highlight reel.
He will, too. He had a nice kickoff, 99-yard kickoff return in the JV game the other day.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of nice things come out of these kids from doing this broadcast about how much they like to be able to cut from the broadcast and put it on their own social media. So, go get that one. That'll be good for you.
I like this. They're not in the victory formation where Whitmore might take the knee, but right now he's looking to the sidelines for a play. We got 17.1 seconds remaining first half. His club up by 7. He's had a good first half. He wants to throw. And he does. He throws underneath.
Got a tackle, got a tackle, got a tackle.
Cutler is near the sidelines. I don't know if he got out of bounds or not. Yeah, I guess he did. They signal that the clock will stop. 8.8 seconds. Cutler picks up about 15 yards. First and 10 at their own 45.
The Golden Eagles have too many on. Get off. Good job, Walker Whitten, getting off the field there just in time.
Here's Whittemore. He wants to throw. Now he's going to run. And that's it. The end of the first half. Well, quite a action-filled first half. The Golden Eagles, give them credit. They could have walked away. They trailed for most of that first half. In fact, all of the first half, but it looked like at one time it could have been a blowout. They steeled themselves defensively. Offense came alive just enough to put 2 scores on the board just before half. And it's halftime. Bucholz 21, Fleming Island 14. You're watching the game of the week on Florida Sports Broadcasting.
Good evening, football fans, and now it's time for the competition halftime show by the 28-year Superior-rated Bucholz High School Golden Regiment. This year's show is titled Supernova, featuring the music of David Bowie, Elton John, Cody Fry.
Many people make the Fleming Island football team a success, and one of those is the Fleming Island Golden Eagle Football Club and the many fine local businesses that contribute to the program. Some of those businesses include Poochie's Park, which can be found at poochiepark.com. Keiko Roofing. For more information, go to keikoroofing.com, and by Hibernia Baptist Church of Fleming Island, hiberniabaptist.org. Florida Sports Broadcasting salutes the many local businesses who support academics and athletics in our community.
Ian Wren and Lauren Steele.
We hope you're enjoying tonight.
All right, we're back here at the Milton Lewis Stadium, Citizens Field. The Bobcats leading the Golden Eagles 21-14. The Bucholz band getting set up to do the halftime show. Looks like it's pretty elaborate. They've got all kinds of sets that are going up on the field.
I think I see a replica of the sun. Maybe some rings.
There you go. Maybe we get a little universe. It's educational as well as entertaining.
So as far as keys to the game for the second half for the Eagles are, it's going to have to be to stop this run game. This run game is tearing them up. The 3-3 stack was going to be a good plan for stopping this passing attack, but the game plan from Bucholz was the opposite, to be able to run the ball between the tackles and use their 2 good running backs to generate a lot of offense.
Let's take a look at the scoring, give you a recap really quick. In the first quarter, with 11:06 left in that quarter, it was a 39-yard touchdown pass from Creed Whittemore to Laren Hamilton. The extra point was good, and Bobcats led it 7-0. 2:29 left to go in the first quarter. A second touchdown put up by Whittemore on a pass. It was a 6-yard pass to Hamilton, his second of the day, 13-0. And, of course, the extra point made it 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, the Golden Eagles got on the scoreboard. It was a 25-yard run by Sebastian Broughton from the quarterback spot at the 4:12 mark. Extra point was good, and the Eagles trailed 14-7. At the 2:38 mark, it was Jordan Richardson running it in from 15 yards out, and the Bobcats increased their lead once again with the extra point to 14. It was 21-7. And then, of course, just before halftime, Sam Singleton wins it by punching it into the end zone from 1 yard out. 21-14 with the extra point, and that's where we stand now.
Well, fantastic game so far by the boys. Way to stay in it. I know that there's a lot of emotion coming back from that loss last week at Creekside, and they've responded well. Well, here at Florida Sports Broadcasting, we're going to take in some of the sights and sounds of this phenomenal venue, and we will see you after performance is over.
Attention football fans before our halftime festivities. If you drive a gold Camry with a license plate AI30GK, you must move your vehicle. Again, gold Camry AI30GK. Thank you.
Man, that wind is up really kicked up.
Drum majors, is your band ready? And now presenting their 2022 program, Supernova. Please welcome the Bucholz High School Golden Regiment.
So you guys were on the other side last time?
Oh, yeah. It's nice in here.
Hey, could you have one of those bottles of water in there? How many are left?
3. Is this still from the...
No, that isn't Roberts. So, the guy that was doing camera work for us when we did the play game, it was so hot. I'm setting up all the equipment, I'm just dying of thirst. And I said, Robert, go get some water at the convenience store right over there. I said, oh, there's money in it. I had a book. I said, there's money in that book. There was 220 that he took hold 20. This dummy bought $40 worth of water. He spent the entire night.
Even buy a case of water.
I didn't think he'd take the liquid to for the football season. So Travis told me about if they win both games. Yeah, that's right. But listen, they were not allowed. One time he said it was Friday. I can't read it. It says What's that?
Like on a kickoff, he catches the ball and kicks the ball.
Especially if you see what's on those.
Maybe we should have made that clear.
and a bow tie. It was the best thing I could possibly ever have.
How about another round of applause for the Bucholz High School Golden Regiment? The Golden Regiment is under the direction of Noah Graven. The Avion staff includes Director Paul Alfonso, assisted by Jen Perez and Sam Ron. The percussion staff includes Director Ricky Santiago, assisted by Jeremy Lee, Adam Fournier, and Ryan Miller. The visual caption head is Todd Harris. The visual staff includes Tyler Giroux, Jacob Armstrong, Lily Schultz, Ray Schultz, and Dan Bolin. Be sure to visit the Bucholz Band on the web at bucholzband.com. Thank you for your support.
This summer, the Bucholz football program engaged in a reimaging of its football locker room. The facility was painted in black and gold, the floor was coated in gray, and graphics now surround the players. This would not have been possible without the generosity of Citron Clean, who donated their time and talent to power wash and disinfect the facility not once, but twice. The Bobcats appreciate Citron Clean, and their donation is visible to your cats on a daily basis. You can contact CJ at Citron Clean, 352-359-0671 for all of your floor cleaning, pressure washing needs, and more. That's CJ at Citron Clean, 352-359-0671. Proud supporter of your Bucholz Bobcats.
Many people make the Fleming Island football team a success. One of those is the Fleming Island Golden Eagle Football Club and the many fine local businesses that contribute to the program. Some of those businesses include Southeast Orthopedic Specialists of Fleming Island. Find them at se-ortho.com. Seahag Marina. For more information, go to seahag.com. And Ferguson Waterworks of Jacksonville. Check them out at ferguson.com. Florida Sports Broadcasting salutes the many local businesses who support academics and athletics in our community. We hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Make sure you like FSB on Facebook and Twitter, and don't forget to subscribe to the Florida Sports Broadcasting YouTube channel. If you have a business and would like to market your goods or services during our broadcast, email us at info@floridasportsbroadcasting.com. We're streaming from the Sunshine State, Florida Sports Broadcasting.
Hey, good evening, and thanks for being with us tonight. It's the Friday night game of the week, Thursday night edition. They usually do that, right?
Oh, Thursday night football. You got professionals,
exactly.
And then you got Fleming Island.
Well, I'll tell you, entertaining first half for the ball game for the folks that made the drive here to Gainesville from Fleming Island. Saw a couple of TV screens up on their phones. Maybe they're watching us here on Florida Sports Broadcasting. But let's take a look at what either team or both teams look to do in the second half. What about the Golden Eagles? What's Coach Springs telling his crew?
Golden Eagles attacking downfield, being able to use your great offensive line play this week. They've had some troubles in the past being able to pass protect, but this week they're having some time in the pocket. They have some stuff to develop, and if Sebastian Broughton can hold onto the ball and dance a little bit, it's kind of the opposite of what you tell most quarterbacks is to get rid of the ball quickly and make efficient decisions. But the wide receivers aren't really getting open on those designed underneath throws, and they might have an opportunity to do so if a play breaks down. So one key for the Eagles, getting Sam the ball. Obviously, it's a big thing for them anytime they have it. But next, letting Sebastian be able to create and make plays on his own in the pocket.
And, of course, Sam and Sebastian both scored a touchdown in that first half that makes up the 14 points the Eagles have on the board. For the Bobcats, they put up 21, 3 scores. And their quarterback was somebody that we thought the Golden Eagles were going to have to look out for, and he was. But he also got some help, Creed Whittemore, from his running back, Quentin Cutler.
Mm-hmm. So finishing drives for Bucholz for the Bobcats is definitely going to be the stress point for them. They're going to get the ball coming out of halftime, and what's going to be important for them is to be able to not have penalties, especially in the red area, that prevent them from scoring more points.
All right, so Mark Whittemore, the head coach of the Bobcats, he was critical of himself last week when they lost to Bartram Trail, their first loss of the season. He said he was not happy with the offensive sets. He had to point the finger at himself since he was the one that came up with the scheme.
Play.
But he was not happy, and so will be interesting to see what he does, if anything different in the second half that he did in the first half. I didn't think Whittemore threw the ball as much as I thought he would because they were having great success on the ground. So we'll see if that continues here in the second half. So we're just about ready to start the second half. Bobcats leading the Eagles 21-14. And Mustafa Marshall will be headed deep.
Oh, correction. The Golden Eagles are receiving the kick they kicked off to start the game.
Right, yeah, they won the coin toss and they deferred to get the second half kickoff. Sam not out there. He was out there in the first half to return kicks. They had dual returners, this time just Marshall, so maybe they're giving him that little break that you talked about that sometimes he needs.
He does need an ability to stay fresh in the fourth quarter. As long as they're still pounding the rock, as long as they're still wearing down the defense, that lets Sam get that extra boost at the end and put games away.
Reed Russo, the Bobcat kicker, gets the ball up on the tee. We're just moments away from the start of the second half. Glad you could make it with us here at Milton Lewis Stadium on Florida Sports Broadcasting. Mike Sella with David Wells and Ray Canaveri operating camera tonight, doing a fantastic job of getting you some wonderful pictures here of our ball game. Kicked along the ground, and it looks like Sebastian Cruz, the freshman's got it. He's fast. Give him a hole. He breaks it through past the 30. That's the kind of speed he brings to the table. I know his mom and dad will be very happy to see that run back.
Absolutely. Way to avoid any potential disaster there. It didn't seem like it was particularly going to him, and then once he bobbled the ball, he had to look up and just use his athleticism to get those extra yards. So a nice return off what was a bit of a scary start for that play.
All right, so the Golden Eagles take over possession first time here in the second half. They'll have pretty decent field position thanks to the run back by Cruz. It looks like the line of scrimmage is at about the 33-yard line.
Quick score update for you. It's 3-0 Tampa Bay over Baltimore. Normally we give you high school scores, but this week the Thursday Night Football special will be for the NFL.
Got high school football all to ourselves here in this particular game this week. Back on Friday night next week as we'll be back at the Rock. Florida Sports Broadcasting showing you that traditional game between the Golden Eagles and the Raiders of Orange Park.
Nothing will be better than having Friday off, not having to watch film.
There you go.
If they win the game.
All right. Marshall and Singleton in the backfield. Singleton gets the handoff. He meets a wall, gains maybe about a yard.
Stopped by a break at the 34-yard line.
Looks like we're going to have a 2nd and 8.
So they give him 2 yards. Sam really didn't have too much to work with there as the hole was closed up and he just piled straight ahead to get as much yardage as he could.
No, not necessarily the result of the run, but the damage done by the offensive lineman. You can see a lot of hands on hips from the Bobcat defenders late in drives. So they're just coming out of halftime now. They need to go back to that stage where they're wearing them down.
Brendan Cook is the wide receiver to the far side. Near side, Darian Dominic, and they've got the tight end, Dakota Rowe, in the slot. Here's Broughton with the handoff. No, but he keeps the ball himself. Breaks a couple of tackles. He's out in the open. He's got one man to beat along the sideline to the 20-yard line, and he's knocked out of bounds.
He's trying to dance that last guy. Had an opportunity to score there, but elects to go out of bounds and live to play another down there. But excellent job squirting through the line and being able to use his athleticism, run through a would-be tackler, and get this big play first down.
The Worms slithering up the far sidelines. Big gain there, and so the Golden Eagles will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'd love to put a score up here and tie this game up. Dual running backs in the backfield. Here's Broughton, hands off to Sam Singleton. He is caught behind the line of scrimmage. That was a nice tackle by Thomas Weinhardt, outside linebacker, 6'2", 225 junior.
A great wrap-up tackle there, able to sling him down to the ground there. Using Mustafa as a lead blocker is probably not the most suggested thing from 5'6", 180-pound, very strong guy, but not particularly big human being.
Marshall coming out, looks like he got shook up on the play. Broughton looking for some help from the sidelines for a play. Single back now. This time they got dual wide receivers on the far side and near side. Broughton talking to Sam Singleton. And here's the snap. Broughton holds the ball. He is wrapped up now and dropped.
Very good pitch discipline there from the Bobcats. The second time that they've taken the pitch man away from Sebastian and forced him to run up. The first one was a great big run, but then quickly adjusting to know that they need to take both the quarterback and running back.
Big third down coming up. About 3rd and about 10.
Now, it's 2-down territory for you. You know you can't kick the field goal even if you got 5-yard gain anyway. So make sure you can hit chunk play and get this first down.
All right, let's see what they do. Once again, same formation, wide receivers, dual at the top of your screen, bottom of your screen as well. There's Broughton talking to Sam Singleton. I don't know what he's saying. It's just, hey, Sam, I'm giving you the ball again. I mean, that's pretty much all he can say at this point. Here's Broughton. He wants to throw the football. Looking downfield, he's got a man. It is Dominic, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Pickup of about 4, and that's pretty much what you said would happen.
I think you're going to get 4th and manageable, or is it 3rd and manageable?
I guess it's. I thought it was 4th.
I thought it was 4th
Scoreboard
as
says
well.
4th.
Down marker says 3.
Now
the
they
down
changed
says
it
4.
Yep. They're saying it's about 5. It may be a little
Hey,
bit long.
we're all out here trying to do our best, okay?
It's going to be a long 5 if that's what it is. And so the Bobcats will be looking to stop Sam Singleton. We'll see if they use him as a decoy or whether they go after that first down with Sam carrying the rock. Let's see. 9:13 left to go in this third quarter. See some motion on the line, no flag. Here's Broughton, who wants to throw the football. He does. He lifts it into the end zone. Touchdown. No! Broken up at the last minute. Darian.
Excellent job by that corner being able to sky and hit that ball at the catch point. It was up. It was a good throw, but better defense there by number 12, the corner for Bucholz.
Darian Dominic had his hands on the ball.
Cameron Boykin, that corner.
Yep, he had his hands on the ball. I thought he caught it, and then at the last minute, as you said, the corner came up and knocked that ball away. Defensive back was right there, and so the ball turns over on downs back to the Bobcats, and it'll be 1st and 10 for them at their own 20-yard line. So disappointing end to that drive for the Golden Eagles.
Able to move the ball, though, got it back into their territory. They're only getting the ball at the 20-yard line, so as long as they're still wearing down the defense to win in the fourth quarter, incomplete.
Whittemore was trying to hit Williams. James Williams was the intended receiver, 2nd down. So Whittemore misfires, and the Bobcats will have it 2nd and 10. Boy, I'll tell you, as hot as it was at around 5:30, 6 o'clock when we were setting up today, and that sun was just beating on us. Now it's turned cool.
How does it go 95 to 65? I don't get it.
All right, here's Whittemore with the snap, looking downfield. He stops, he throws, he's got a man, and it's complete. And that is Jack Ray Kelly.
A lot of speed there by Kelly, but a good open field tackle by Lewis there to prevent what would have been a touchdown, the last line of defense.
And Kelly is down and not feeling too well. Looks like he may have done something with a knee or an ankle. He is down at the 45-yard line. There's an official timeout as the training crew will come out to take a look at Jack Ray Kelly. The Golden Eagles and the Bobcats facing off on a Thursday night. We're in Gainesville. We're glad that you're with us. Promises to be an exciting second half. Stay with us on Florida Sports Broadcasting. All right, so it looks like Kelly is up. He's headed to the sidelines. There's a nice pass by Whittemore. Kelly was wide open, caught it, and gets the first down for the Bobcats. Looks like Whittemore wants to go to the air more here in the second half.
Well, he didn't throw the ball much in the first half, and it's really lulled the defense to sleep a bit. There's not really a deep safety on the left side, so they're playing a lot more run heavy here, and that opportunity is going to be available to him.
Cutler with the handoff goes right up the middle, picks up 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, I think they've shifted back into that 3-4 defense where they're going to have those two outside linebackers crowd the line of scrimmage and then use their bigger presence in the middle.
It's all about pace these days in football, isn't it? You got both teams that don't huddle up. They get right to the line of scrimmage. The play comes in. Well, this time they're getting a little bit of a huddle.
Oh, it's the sugar huddle. The receivers are already out, and the offensive line and running back do a quick touch to see what's going on. Be on the same page as protection and run plays.
All right, here's Whittemore with the quick pitch outside. That is complete and on the way is James Williams.
Now that is the second time they've hit that little run-pass option play where they dump it off to that wide receiver, something that they're going to be very aware of next time they run a pistol formation with two receivers to the right.
All right, so they send two receivers near side. One is James Williams. He's in for Jack Ray Kelly, who sprained his ankle there on that play. Jaron Hamilton also near side. Whittemore looking to throw. He throws it deep. He's got a man. Touchdown! This time, Jaron Hamilton caught a beautifully thrown football by Whittemore, and the Bobcats put another touchdown on the board.
That's the second touchdown today given up by Caleb Singleton. Not something that he's normally known for, is not being able to cover deep. He's a good track athlete that has the ability to run with almost anybody in Jacksonville, but we're in Gainesville, so I guess that's a little different.
41-yard strike from Whittemore, and now the lineup to kick the extra point. Bobcats stretch their lead to 27-14. Now they're shifting all over the place here as they get ready to, looks like, kick the extra point. Third score for Hamilton today.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Kick is up, and it's good.
So something to key on for sure. If you're already putting your best defensive back on him, then I don't know what else you might want to do. You know, there is the Dion strategy, which is where you put Dion on the second best wide receiver and you double team the first best receiver. So therefore you're locking down one and locking down the other.
Now they're going to have to find an answer because they can't afford to continue to give up touchdowns after they turn the ball over on downs in the red zone. So that's a disappointing turn of events for the Golden Eagles. They didn't get the score in this end. They turned the ball over, and Bobcats take the ball, go right down the field, some 75 yards, finish it up with a 41-yard touchdown pass.
That's tough. Definitely some good halftime adjustments there by Coach Whittemore.
And the Golden Eagles find themselves down by 2 scores again.
And wow, can he throw a nice little deep ball there? He's got nice accuracy, location, timing, pace. At first, when I saw the Mississippi State offer, I was for certain that he would have been a
wide
I
receiver?
wasn't necessarily shocked, but I would definitely have thought he would have been a wide receiver, much like his two brothers that are currently playing in college football.
Well, he may eventually end up being a wide receiver, but I think they're going to give him a shot at quarterback to start with, at least.
They should. It's surprising.
All right, so Bobcats getting ready to kick the ball back to the Golden Eagles. Once again, the Golden Eagles will have 2 returners back. Marshall is one, and Sebastian Cruz is the other. Ball comes to Cruz at about the 10-yard line. He's up straight up the middle of the field, and it takes it up nicely to the 31. Sebastian Cruz having a nice night tonight, as the freshman has been playing quite a bit on offense and now is on the return team returning kicks.
Taken down at the 33-yard line by Fleming.
And so it's an important possession for the Golden Eagles. They trail it 28-14. Had the ball all the way down into the red zone and then gave it up. And now we'll try to do it again, and this time hopefully punch it in so they can pull within 1 touchdown again. Bobcats are relentless, aren't they, on offense? They keep coming at you.
And you're going to have to keep up with points here, and trying to get the ball to Sam 10,000 ways is going to be effective, but it's a death by 1,000 punches way to win a football game, not down by 2 scores kind of way to win.
Well, the Bobcats come in averaging 35 points a game on offense, so they can put some points up. Golden Eagles averaging up over 30 points themselves. Handoff up the middle. Tayshawn picking up some yardage.
Smith on the carry.
Smith gets up to about the 37-yard line, and that'll be second down and about, looks like 4 or 5. Call it 5. David loves it when I change up the yard markers because he's trying to operate the scoreboard that you see on the screen. And
I'm trying my best. I'm making it work.
Got those quick fingers moving there, David. All right, so Golden Eagles, second down. operating with two backs in the backfield. Handoff. First back through. Picks up a couple of yards there. Tayshawn Smith. They give him a 1 yard pickup. Now, we have not seen Sam Singleton at all here in the second half so far. I'm wondering if, remember that one play where he was shaken up in the first half after that long run? I wonder if it was more serious and that's what's keeping him out of the ball.
That was tough. He definitely looked like he got the wind knocked out of him, but I was hoping that he would come back in the game, which he did, but then he took another shot at the goal line as well, so the hits started to add up a little bit.
Broughton looking to throw. Still looking. Now starts to scramble. Now he throws downfield. He's got a man. It's overthrown.
So Sam just got off the bench, actually, and I think he's going to go back down to the bench.
Brendan Cook was the intended receiver there. He had a step on the defense. Certainly if Broughton could have floated a little more so he could have run under it, he would have had a completion, but instead overthrown, and that is going to bring up 4th and 5.
Official timeout on the field for a water break.
And we get the official water break. So we'll take a timeout here as the Bobcats leading the Eagles 28-14. You're watching high school football on Florida Sports Broadcasting.
Are you looking for a place to get connected, find community support or purpose? If the answer is yes, River Christian Church is the place for you. In addition to Thursday night and Sunday services, RCC offers support groups, youth groups, and events for all ages. Make sure you join RCC this Sunday, October the 30th for the Fall Festival from 3 to 5 p.m. Admission is free, and RCC is located at 5900 U.S. Highway 17. Stop by, give them a call, or visit riverchristian.church and let them show you how they can be a blessing to you.
Back here in Gainesville, the Golden Eagles with the first punt of the football game. Nice high spiral. And it's going
Good bounce.
Yep, do a Golden Eagle bounce. And the Bobcats will take the ball over at their own 16-yard line. So that's really daunting if Sam Singleton can't come back in the ballgame, David, for the Golden Eagles. They're going to have to find a lot of offense elsewhere and do it in a quick hurry because we're down to 5:40 left to go in this third quarter, and they trail 28-14.
Yeah, the offense has been really sputtering. The second half has not been kind to the Golden Eagles this season in general, but let alone in this game. They're not being able to generate first downs. They're not going to be able to stop this offense. It's a tough sledding so far, and it looks like Creed Whittemore is ready to continue to carve them up.
See what Whittemore has up his sleeve this time. He passes over the middle. He's got his man, and that is number 4, James Williams. Williams over the 40-yard line up to about the 44-yard line. Williams coming alive here in the second half. First down for the Bobcats. Bobcats outscore their opponents in the second half during the course of the season. In fact, they average 10 points a game in the fourth quarter alone. Golden Eagles stacking that line of scrimmage.
Trying to prevent them from running the ball. It's been their bread and butter all night.
Cutler in the backfield for the Bobcats. He gets the handoff, makes a cut, gets ahead for 4 or 5 yards. Nice little run there.
Rick mixing in an extra offensive lineman, a blocking tight end. I see 2 linebackers come in for a slot receiver. Or not linebackers, blocking tight ends in for a slot receiver. As many big bodies as they can cycle through here, they're willing to do so.
You credit him with about 6 yards, make it 2nd and 4. Get the big body in the game in the backfield. That is Williams. And make that Richardson, Jordan Richardson.
We got 2nd down and about 3.
And here's Whittemore. He's throwing down, looking for his favorite receiver in the second half.
I think he was bobbling the ball, but I don't know if the official could see that.
James Williams. I got blocked out.
So that'll be a first down, a nice accurate throw. Just dropping it in the bucket from about 40 yards away.
Well, I tell you, Williams has really come alive here in the second half. He's got at least 3 that I can remember. And so Whittemore is starting to heat things up through the air. Bobcats will have it 1st and 10 from their own, well, from the Golden Eagle 23-yard line. Jordan Richardson will be in the backfield with Whittemore. They've shown some good offense here tonight. Richardson gets the ball.
Nice
He is
tackle.
wrapped up and tackled.
Walker Whidden there shot the gap again, which is another thing that he can do very well. So you might want to consider sending some more run blitzes into this game to make sure that that you get some pressure into the backfield, not only to rush Whittemore, but also to make plays like that.
Nice play by the Golden Eagles there. Loss of 2 for the Bobcats. Need a couple of more of those here on this possession. 3:54 and counting down, 3rd quarter. Bobcats threatening again. Here's Whittemore. He wants to throw. He does. He's got a man in the end zone.
Excellent throw there. Nice
Touchdown,
catch.
Bobcats.
That's tough. You can't defend the perfect throw. It's a cover 2 zone where the safety has over the top, the corner has underneath, and that leaves a little hole in the corner of the end zone. And Whittemore is able to use his arm strength, drive the ball into that window, and a nice adjustment to make the catch there, and a touchdown for the Bobcats.
And that is Jacare Kelly with the touchdown grab. I didn't know if he had it or not until the referee signaled there in that far corner on us. But Whittemore showing his passing skills here in the second half. And now they'll line up for the extra point. Snap is good, place is good, kick is up and good. So the Bobcats stretching out that lead now. Bucholz 35, Fleming Island 14. First half we saw Bucholz really, for the most part, keep the ball on the ground and show us their ground game. In the second half, Whittemore has unleashed the arm.
As we were talking about before, being able to lull them to sleep and bring those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, making them put in their bigger personnel so that your slot receivers have one-on-one matchups in which they're all winning tonight. You tried to mix it up and put in a little zone coverage there, but that quarterback was good enough to find windows even when they were deeper down the field. I mean, for Fleming here, you have to be able to adjust. You're going to get the ball here. At this point, you just want to see productive offense. You need to see some points on the board. It doesn't really particularly matter if you're airing it out or running it with Sam, but just to turn the tides of this game, it seems like it's about to be out of reach with one more Bobcat score.
And right now, Sam Singleton continues to be on the sidelines. Marshall and Cruz are the 2 deep for the Golden Eagles, waiting for Reed Rousseau's kickoff here. An onside kick by the Bobcats. And I think, did they touch it before it went 10
yards? And they
yards?
touched it early. There's
no flag.
That is a questionable call there. One that some people may be upset about.
At the Bobcats' 49-yard line.
Being up by a considerable margin and deciding that you want to onside kick.
My goodness. That was unexpected.
A 21-point lead and just thinking that, we should go for a little bit more and put this thing away.
So have you seen any official designation as to whose ball it is? Or
it's going to be like Fleming Island ball. Now, they touch the ball before it crosses the 50-yard line, so it's down exactly where they touch it.
It's pretty close. As you can see, it's at the 49-yard line of the Bobcats. Golden Eagles come out. Put triple receivers to the near side. Running back in the backfield with Broughton is Sam Singleton. So that's good. We can get Sam back in the ball game. See how effective he is. Broughton with the snap, throws. He's got his man. Dakota Rose stays on his feet after being hit inside the 20-yard line down to the 16. Nice play by the tight end, Dakota Rowe. Caught the football broke a tackle, took a hit, still rolled to the 60.
When we rolled into the year, we thought Dakota Rowe was going to play a lot more receiver, a lot more tight end, a lot more pass game relations. But he's been such a good blocker, and he's been such a better wingback than expected. It's nice to see him get more involved in the offense as the season goes along.
You need to diversify that offense. He's a great guy to go to, and that time he showed why. So one play, big pickup for the Golden Eagles down to the 17-yard line. First down there. Singleton back in the game, back in the backfield with Broughton. Fake to Sam, over the middle. Oh, it should be a penalty there.
Should be a hold, and he got one.
Here comes the flag. Dakota Rowe again looked at by Broughton. He threw the ball. He was mugged by one of the secondary players for the Bobcats. One of the defensive backs was all over him. And so that will go against Bucholz.
Holding penalty against the Bobcats.
Should give him a first down, possibly a first and goal.
See, they're marking that off now. Yep, we've got that.
So it looks like they're going to give him a goal to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just inside the 10-yard line. They can't get a first down. So first and goal just inside the 10. Here's Broughton. Hands off to Sam. Sam dancing around in the line and doesn't have much to be able to work with there. I think picked up a yard or two.
Singleton on the carry. Down by the Bobcats at the 9-yard line.
Big possession of the game for the Golden Eagles. They need a score here to get back in the game before we get too far into the last quarter. We're about 2:25, 2:24 counting down here in the third quarter. Golden Eagles trailing by 21, looking to change that with a score here. Second and goal from about the 9. Broughton finds his man. It's Dakota Rowe once again inside the 5.
It looks like it'll be short just a little bit. The window was there for a second, but it's a tough block for the freshman wide receiver to go out there and to execute on somebody who's bigger, taller, and stronger than he is.
2-down territory, though.
Absolutely. I mean, you're going for points the best way you can get them.
They mark him down at the 6, so it'll be third and goal from the 6. Triple receivers to the near side for the Golden Eagles. You see him there. Bernie's one, Dakota Rowe's one. Looks like Dominic Darian is the other. Here's Broughton. He wants to run. He slithers inside the 5-yard line, down near the goal line.
He has that remarkable ability to just get that extra yard and a half that you didn't think he could get. It's not because of his power. It's not because of his speed. It's just for the wiggle factor that he brings to the game.
Yeah, he sort of slithered his way there that time. And so this is a big fourth down in the game for the Golden Eagles. Fourth and goal.
Oh, the Screaming Eagle. It's the Screaming Eagle. There's a specific formation that the Eagles like to run where they bring in as much beef as they possibly can and plunge it right up the middle. So here comes the Screaming Eagle.
Better hope they don't run out the play clock here.
There's 5 seconds left on the play clock.
39 seconds in the quarter. To Singleton, straight ahead. They're pushing their way in.
Touchdown, Screaming Eagle.
Touchdown. You're right, David. That finally waited for the official on the far side to give it to us, and we get it. Golden Eagles scream their way to a touchdown. There's Sam Singleton with a 2-yard run. And now it's 35-20. And the Golden Eagles going for the 1 point after touchdown. Here's the kick. It's up, and it is good. And lost in the woods once again. Golden Eagles.
I don't know if the Golden Eagles sent anybody back there to get that, too. And it's gone.
Golden Eagles trying to climb back into this game. That was a big, big possession.
You know, just designate somebody to be the Woods guy, you know.
Well, it's a 14-point game. Golden Eagles will kick off here.
So just a shout out to Sam Singleton, an All-American now. He got an invite to the All-American Bowl, which is the same All-Star game that Andrew Luck and Deshaun Jackson played in. NFL stars that are going to be college football players in their upcoming season.
Wow, quite an honor.
It is fantastic for the kid. It gives some publicity to the school and highlights the Florida State football program, which he will be enrolling in the spring of next year.
All-American Sam Singleton. We'll see him out on the field here after the Golden Eagles play some defense, try to stop the Bobcats here before too much time goes by here in the third quarter. Running back, making his way up the sideline there, and that is Jaron Hamilton, who's got a couple of touchdown catches to his credit here today. And Bobcats will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. But that was a big score, wasn't it, for the Golden Eagles?
Absolutely a big score here, but we have to learn our lesson from that last possession that we had. You can't give up those big plays down the field, whether it's having two safeties deep and letting them run the ball. It's just what you're going to have to do to prevent them from taking an insurmountable lead here.
Creed Whittemore, 4 touchdown passes so far tonight. Had 2 in the first half, has 2 so far here in the second half. See what they decide to do here. Cutler has the handoff. Oh,
great
nice
tackle,
play.
Jace Edwards there. A senior leader for this Golden Eagles defense that needed to make some plays. He's been rather quiet for the last 2 weeks, but makes a big play there to really set him back behind the chains.
That was a huge play for the Golden Eagle defense there.
And I believe that's going to take us to the fourth quarter as well.
All right, so we're through 3 quarters here in Gainesville. Bucholz leading it over the Golden Eagles, 35-21. More football here on Florida Sports Broadcasting coming up after this.
Mr. Chubby's Wings are more than just wings. With a great food and beverage selection, Mr. Chubby's is the home of the original Fleming Island Happy Hour, Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. You can catch all your favorite sporting events on the numerous TVs, including all Fleming Island football games on FSB. Before or after the game, Mr. Chubby's has you covered, and they're only 0.8 of a mile from the Fleming Island High School campus. You can order online at MrChubby'sWings.com or call 904-272-WINGS. And while you're at it, let Mr. Chubby's cater your next event. Call 904-272-WINGS.
Here's Whittemore. He wants to throw the football. He's looking for more. He's got a man over the middle. That is James Williams. Williams with another completion. He's got at least a half a dozen catches here in the second half.
Down by right at the 46-yard line.
46-yard line is where they mark his forward progress down. You're looking at Florida Sports Broadcasting. It is the Thursday night game of the week, as we've got Golden Eagles at Fleming Island taking on the Bobcats at Bucholz. Golden Eagles scrapping their way through this game. They trail by 2 scores.
Big down right here. This is going to be a 3rd and 2 and a likely punting scenario if they don't get this first down.
I don't know, David. Something tells me that I think they'd play it as a two-down opportunity here. Cutler with the first one.
Well, now you got 3rd and 3, and if you punt it here, they're going to be pinned back inside their 20-yard line. If you go for it here and you don't get it, it gets a lot of momentum back to the Golden Eagles.
Well, it looks like, let's see. They were going to go for it. Now it looks like the punt squad is coming on for the first time.
Personally, I agree with this. This is what I would have done.
Yeah, no, that's the smart play. No question about it. Got to watch the fake, though.
Nobody back deep for the Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagles don't believe it's going to be a punt.
That is not a good call. I would have had somebody deep because this thing is going to roll inside the 20.
And Coach Springs doesn't think they're going to kick the football away. And they're going to kick it, and nobody's back there. And actually, it's going to come down, and it's going to be a fumble.
No.
They try to pick it up off the ground. Golden Eagles look like they have
a really
lost it.
rough day today by the brother of Sam, Caleb Singleton.
Oh, that was tough.
A great athlete in his own right. Going to play college football one day, but, you know.
That was a tough chance. It looked like the ball was going to go further. It started to die. He was back in position to catch it, but he was still moving. He hadn't set his feet. And hit off his chest, went onto the ground, and, of course, the Bobcats were right there to recover. Tough break on that one.
Very tough break, absolutely. It was going to die inside of the 22, so I don't think that it was outside of the 22. So I think that it was a rough idea to try to do it. I don't think it was part of the game plan. He's not normally the punt returner. Rough day, man, rough day.
Whittemore's not going to get the playoff. The game clock counted down. Moved the Bobcats back 5 yards. I don't know what took them so long to come off the sideline after they were given the football. They were talking
maybe they're so surprised that would have happened.
That could be. Whittemore's still having trouble getting the play in from the bench. He's clapping his hands saying, like, hurry up, let's go. Give me something to work with. So it'll be second to make that 1st and 15. The Bobcats with the ball at their own 31-yard line. Boy, Fleming Island is really tight. They're playing all 11 guys in the box. Here's Whittemore. He breaks through across the line of scrimmage. He's down inside the 10-yard line. He's going to score. Touchdown, Bobcats.
Breakdown on the play there. There was a gap in between the guard and tackle. Abram Wright had a small opportunity to close the window, but the athleticism of Creed made it so that window was going to be wide open and the speed was going to end up with him in the end zone.
Well, I had remarked that all the defense was within 3 yards of the football. They were all in line of scrimmage, and once he broke the line of scrimmage, there was no catching him. He headed to the end zone, and that's a tough break for the Golden Eagles. 41-21 with the extra point yet to go. 10:08 left to go in the game. A 26-yard touchdown run by Creed Whittemore gives the Bobcats that 20-point lead. Here's the extra point. It is up and good. 42-21. The Bobcats lead the Golden Eagles here at Milton Lewis Stadium on this Thursday night game. We'll see if the Golden Eagles can mount some kind of comeback here in this last quarter. You're watching the Florida Sports Broadcasting channel.
Many people make the Fleming Island football team a success, and one of those is the Fleming Island Golden Eagle Football Club and the many fine local businesses that contribute to the program. Some of those businesses include Sacred Heart Catholic Church of Fleming Island. Find them at sacredheartcatholicchurch.org. Johnson & Johnson Caldwell Banker Realty, and Callaway Contracting of Jacksonville, callawaycontractor.com. Florida Sports Broadcasting salutes the many local businesses who support academics and athletics in our community.
Back here in Gainesville, we're waiting for the Bobcats to line it up, kick it back to the Golden Eagles. Unfortunately, that 26-yard touchdown run by Creed Whittemore for the Bobcats has really put the Golden Eagles in the hole. They trailed 42-21. Let's see if they can muster up something on offense this time around. Ball coming down inside the 5 and out of bounds.
It'll be a nice break for the Eagles there to get some decent field position.
Yep, they sure will.
Quick score update for Thursday Night Football is 3-10 Tampa Bay over the Baltimore Ravens, and there is 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. 4th and 8. Buccaneers about to punt to the Ravens.
Buccaneers finding their offense, scoring 10 points. I don't think we scored 10 points in the last 2 weeks.
3 points last week. Tough.
Well, plenty of scoring here, as Creed Whittemore has been the guy that's lived up to his pregame billing, that's for sure. He has been impressive.
A great athlete, somebody worthy of playing in college football. Obviously, he has the pedigree, he has the ability, and the skill is rather interesting too. It's a combination of speed, of mobility. There was one play in that first quarter where he eluded defenders for almost 10 seconds before deciding to run.
Let's see what the Golden Eagles can do. Broughton comes out. He's got Singleton and Tayshawn Smith in the backfield with him. Had a couple of wide receivers to the far side, one near side, and now Broughton gets the snap, hands off to Singleton, right side, still dancing, gets a yard maybe.
And there's the swarm of Bobcat defenders. There's no getting around that. They know where the ball's going. They key in out very quickly, and as long as Sebastian Broughton doesn't have the ball, it's going to be Sam Singleton.
Well, we talked about the size of some of the defensive linemen that the Bobcats have, and they've been using that bulk to jam up the offensive line of the Golden Eagles.
And it's not even like they're in a big rotation either. It's just their studs coming in play after play and punishing the Golden Eagle offensive line.
2nd down and 9. Here's Broughton. Hands off again. No, he fakes the handoff. Now he's got Dakota Rowe. Rowe to the 40, and nice tackle that time by Donnie Hebert, senior defensive back. That was one-on-one, and Dakota Rowe picks up some nice yardage, but get dropped just after the 41-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd down for the Golden Eagles.
Down 3 scores here now in the 4th quarter. You're just going to want to come out of this game with some positive momentum, something that would say that, hey, we hung our heads up high, we competed down to the last whistle.
Golden Eagles, here's Broughton. He wants to run, try to pick up that 1st down. He's within about a yard.
Somebody that will compete down to the last whistle is Sebastian Broughton. He's definitely somebody that will take all the momentum and learning experiences from this year and build it up into what he's going to be next year, which is hopefully going to be one of the better quarterbacks in the area.
Had to make it to the 45, just inside the 45. 4th down and about a yard as that ball sits on their own 44-yard line.
By the way, this stadium announcer is electric. He has the full NFL atmosphere.
Here's Broughton. He wants to run. He cuts up inside. He's got the 1st down and more, all the way out to midfield for Sebastian. And so that was a big play for the Golden Eagles football. They do 1st and 10.
Just imagine Sebastian when he finally puts on that extra 10 pounds worth of muscle. He's getting to be an older kid. He's going to be 16, 17. He can finally start driving.
Well, he's got 2 more years of high school. He's going to be a monster when he gets to be a senior.
Absolutely.
And here he goes. He takes the ball, and he's going to go right up the middle of the defense. He cuts to the near side now, being chased and
by Whittemore.
15-yard line to the 14.
Oh, Whittemore hawked him down from the opposite side of the field.
Talk about...
he gave him a little pat on the helmet. It's like, try next time, man.
Yeah, when you're a senior, maybe then you'll chase somebody down.
Oh, jeez.
Whittemore, that's impressive that your quarterback, star
He's still
quarterback,
in the
is
game,
still in the
too.
game, playing defense. You're up by 21 points.
Your coach's kid, so what are you supposed to do? You're going to tell him, I'm good, man?
Nice play by Sebastian Broughton. Picks up the 1st down. It's 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Here's the handoff to Sam, trying to break a tackle. He has not been able to go too many places here in the second half without a black jersey hung all over him. And you can see Sam's body language.
That's exactly what I was going to say. His arms are hanging down as low as they can. He's putting his head back. He's looking at the sideline, giving them, hey, is it time for me to come out look?
Yeah, he's taken a pretty good beating here in the second half. They have not
I don't blame him. I could keep up with that kind of workload that they put on him week in and week out.
Yeah, and they just have not given him any room to operate here in the second half. Here's Broughton. He takes the ball. He throws into the end zone, and it's knocked away, incomplete.
He doesn't quite have the ability to paint those corners like that. It's a tough ask for him, really, as we get to 3rd and 10.
Ball is intended for Brendan Cook. Well defended there by the defensive back for the Bobcats. It is going to be a 3rd and 10. Right about the 13-yard line. Let's see what Coach Springs can dial up here. Broughton takes the snap, looking to throw, being rushed. Now he scrambles, gets inside the 10 to the 5. He's going to be close. Touchdown.
Let's see if his knees were down. We got no signal. There it is. Touchdown.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Nice play by Sebastian Broughton. He went to throw. Nobody was open. And there again, he wormed his way up and down and around. He made that final cut up the middle of the field. Nobody there, and he went right to the goal line.
Elusive. Absolutely electric when you get into those tight area runs.
Well, this game is going to do wonders for everybody's offensive averages. 42-27 now. Golden Eagles climb back to within 15.
Looks like they're going to be going for 2 here as well.
They're going for 2. Oh, bad snap over Broughton's head. He's going to try to pick it up. He does. Now he's going to throw it into the end zone. He's got it there, and he's got him.
Look at that.
That's Darian Dominic. Found an open spot.
Shades of Johnny Manziel.
2-point conversion. 42-29. What an offensive showing by both squads. Bobcats lead it by 13. 7:06 left to go in the ball game, and we'll take a timeout. Can we do that?
Yep.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. Be back with more here on Florida Sports Broadcasting.
Many people make the Fleming Island football team a success. One of those is the Fleming Island Golden Eagle Football Club and the many fine local businesses that contribute to the program. Some of those businesses include Garber Auto Mall, located on Florida Highway 17. For more information, go to garberautomall.com, and Lean Impact Nutrition in Green Cove Springs. Find out more by going to leanimpactnutrition.com. Florida Sports Broadcasting salutes the many local businesses who support academics and athletics in our community.
So a likely onside kick here coming. The kicker's conferring with the coaches, making sure they get the exact look that they want to do. He's whispering to his teammates, hey, this is what's going to happen. Most likely an onside kick here to the left.
All right, let's see what happens. Allred kicks it. It's covered, and oh, now we've got some pushing and shoving as one of the Bobcat players, that's Jackery Kelly, really laid one on Allred.
Oh, super late, too.
And no penalty.
Just the kicker. You find the smallest guy in the field and you say, hey, I'm going to lay you out just for...
And that was late, too.
That's cheap.
Play was over.
Oh.
That should have been a penalty.
As soon as your knees hit the ground with possession of the ball, you're done. That's it.
That should have been a penalty, and instead it goes over to the Bobcats. They lead in the ballgame 42-29. Let's see who they send out. Should be interesting. Are they going to leave Whittemore in the game, or are they going to put somebody in? Yep, here comes Whittemore. They run out late again. There's 5 seconds, 4 on the play clock. And now a whistle, they call timeout. I'm not sure whether there's confusion there in the huddle on the sidelines, but this is the second time here in the last 2 possessions that they had a hard time getting out. Last time they drew the 5-yard penalty for delay of game.
Oh, you got 3 timeouts. Might as well use them. You know, it gives Coach an excuse to chew out the guys and make sure they're still on their toes late in the game. One thing that Coach Saban always liked to do was to make a point of something that didn't go quite right at the end of games, to make sure that all of their players were still involved and engaged and finishing through, whether you had your younger players in, whether you had your older players in. You know, stay on your toes, finish things out the way you started, because not all games end like this.
Coach Nick Saban trying to send a message, really?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's see what happens here. We've got the Golden Eagle defense headed out. They've had a rough night of it so far. Bobcats look like they got their starting offense out there again. At least the quarterback's the starter.
And no running back there as well. You're probably going to see a quarterback run, too.
7 minutes, 5 seconds left to go. 1st and 10. And there goes Whittemore up the middle. He tried to go off the left tackle. Very similar play where he scored on the long run back in the third quarter.
Well, if you're coach's kid, you know, you can't send the message that he's special. He gets to sit out the final drives. It has to be the same standard as the rest of the team. And it doesn't look like they have enough team to completely sub in a first and second unit.
And that could be. And that's maybe why the starting all-star quarterback is playing defense too.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Not to mention the fact he's one of the best athletes on the team. He just ran down the opposing quarterback as we saw. So, all right, handoff. Cutler goes straight up the middle. Well, the pile's still going. I can sense there's some frustrations on the field by the Golden Eagles.
Definitely, it's been a chippy game. There's been some highs, some lows, and I think it'd be a lot more chippy if it was a closer game too. So it's just the Fleming Island squad that is a little upset with the outcome of the game, and they're not going to overreact to this one because they've been in this situation before. But it's good to see the boys finishing out and giving effort on defense.
Looks like they want to come on the blitz. There's Whittemore. No. He keeps the football. And there he goes. All the way down inside the 20-yard line to about the 19.
Yeah, he's padding the stats now.
1st and 10 for the Bobcats.
So he's definitely going to hit that 100-yard rushing average, by the way he's been running in this fourth quarter.
No question about that. He's got four TD passes so far, 2 in the first half, 2 here in the second half. His season high was 5 against Oakleaf.
And a new addition to the district, too. So not somebody that they played last year in district play, only in playoffs. So could possibly be the best quarterback in the district now that Nice is not in that district, and somebody that's definitely lighting it up in the Jacksonville and Gainesville areas.
Whittemore, hands off. Cutler looking for some room, can't find any, and he's dropped back at the line of scrimmage.
As we climb down inside of 5 minutes here. 2nd down and 10.
Bring up 2nd down.
Bobcats milking the clock now. They're in no hurry to snap the football. Whittemore still looking to the sideline for the play. Now he gets it. Make sure everybody's on the same page as he is. Down to 10 on the play clock. Snap. Whittemore wants to throw. He does. It's complete, and it is a touchdown.
Shoot, that's the 3rd touchdown that Caleb Singleton's given up today. A really tough game for him. One he's definitely going to want to forget.
Hamilton with the score. That's a 29-yard pass play. Whittemore to Hamilton. Hamilton's 3rd TD of the game. 5th TD pass of the game for Whittemore. And I would say now is the time to sit him down. They've got a lot more season to go.
A lot more season to go and a little extra postseason as well.
Kick is up and good for the extra point. 49-29. Bobcats lead the Golden Eagles here at Milton Lewis Stadium. We'll take a timeout and we'll return with the Thursday night game of the week. I think I mentioned it was Friday, but it's the Thursday edition of the Friday night
Thursday
game.
edition of the Friday game of the week.
There we go. And we'll be back with more.
Official timeout on the field for a water break.
All right, it's 49-29. The Bobcats leading the Golden Eagles. We're here at Milton Lewis Stadium. Nice stadium complex here in Gainesville. They call it Citizens Field. That field's seen a lot of action tonight. A lot of points on the board between the two teams. 78 points.
Exciting for sure, absolutely. It's a great game to call, lots of scoring. Always a pleasure to call your Golden Eagle Fleming Island games. And we're happy to be here on behalf of Florida Sports Broadcasting and Clay County Schools to cheer on our boys and see them do well here.
All right, the kick coming down in the end zone, and so the Golden Eagles will get it at the 20-yard line.
It'll be the Eagles 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Let's see if we see Singleton come into the ball game, or is he done for the evening?
Oh, if anybody's done for the evening, Sam's done for the evening. This is just not his game anymore. The show was not on tonight.
No, he just could not break free. There he is. He's still out there.
That looked energetic.
Yeah, he's
beaten up.
His uniform is pretty dirty.
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to be wearing white tonight.
Been hammered pretty good. That defensive line has really done a great job of trying to bottle him up. So Sebastian Broughton leads his team to the line. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Singleton back in the backfield. The two discuss something there, and now we're ready to go. In motion, Broughton with the football, looking downfield. He's got a man. It's Singleton all by himself. It's a foot race now. He outraces Whittemore, and there he goes. Sam Singleton, 80-yard touchdown pass.
More of a guest appearance than a full-blown show, but a fantastic way to put some extra stuff on the highlight reel. I think that leaking him out of the backfield there on that wheel route to go up the seam was a great idea. He was wide open and was able to take what was a 15-yard completion and turn it into an 80-yard completion.
Yeah, it's a pitch and run, and Broughton gets credit for the touchdown pass. Sam did most of the work on that one.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite kind of touchdown pass.
4:06 left to go in the ball game. And once again, the Golden Eagles claw their way back to being down by 14. And they're going to go for 2 here. You can't deny the heart the Golden Eagles have shown tonight. Here comes Broughton, looking to get to the corner. Oh, and he's wrapped up and dropped. And there's that guy again, Thomas Weinhardt.
Been having a great game. Really has been in the backfield quite a bit. Has got a lot of pressure on Sebastian Broughton, and nice productive player for that defense. A senior late defense that has a lot of good talent on it. Some that will play on Saturdays as well. So it's a nice win for the Bobcats. It's a tough fought game. It's still a 14-point game. So we've seen crazier things.
I got to give the Golden Eagles credit. They have not given up throughout the ball game. They had opportunities numerous times to say, hey, we're just going to phone the rest of this in. We're done. But they have clawed their way back to, again, being down by 14. I guess Coach Whittemore knew what he was doing by keeping his first string in there. Here we go with another opportunity for the Golden Eagles to recover the onside kick. Sam is back in. Singleton on the onside kick team. Now we got Brendan Cook coming in.
Not quite sure they broke huddle there. They're gonna let that slide.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna worry too much about that. Let's see what happens. Already took a shot the last time. Let's see what happens this time on the onside kick from the Golden Eagles. Oh, kicks it over the first row and out of bounds.
Some lucky fan is going home with a souvenir.
Not exactly the way it was drawn up on the blackboard, but
yeah, that was tough. He missed his mark by a good 15-20 yards there.
Yep. I thought he was just trying to kick it over that front line of defenders, trying to put it in like a no man's land, but he kicked it too hard and went right out of bounds.
I mean, I have no room to talk. Last time I went golfing, more ended up in the woods in the fairway, so.
That's probably the toughest assignment on the football field, is trying to get the kick right when you do an onside
and then everybody
kick.
Looks at you like, yeah, what's going on out here? I could have done that.
I could have miskicked something and went that way. All right, so the Bobcats get the football back. It'll be interesting to see what they do here on offense. They lead it by 14, 49-35.
The turnovers have been hard to come by for the Golden Eagles. It seems like they're pretty far down in their turnover margin, and especially a game like tonight, you needed to have a couple lucky breaks on defense, and they just haven't been finding any.
Yep, Whittemore is still in the game. Takes the snap, hands off to Cutler. Cutler jump cut in the center of that line and picks up a few yards. And now a timeout is being called. Golden Eagles take the timeout.
That's their first charge timeout of the half.
First timeout here in the second half. Let's take a look ahead next week, if we can, here on Florida Sports Broadcasting. It'll be the Golden Eagles home at the Rock. They could use a little home cooking, and they take on Orange Park. Traditional game. And as far as any hopes for any kind of district playoffs opportunities, I think they go by the board with a loss tonight.
It's tough to say that they'll make the playoffs. Based upon what we saw last year, we had a strong inclination that they weren't going to go to the playoffs and had planned accordingly, just to say, oh, wait, we have to call a game down in Gainesville. So I don't think that's going to happen this year based upon how it was explained to us. However, we can just say, let's never say never.
All right, Golden Eagles out on defense. Bobcats second and let's call it 7 from midfield. Whittemore again is the sole person in the backfield. He gets the football and goes straight ahead, and he's still going.
And he drags 4 Golden Eagles with him to still get extra yards. And it looks like he knew where the first down line was. He wasn't just driving to nothing. He drove to that first down line and then made sure he was ahead of it.
Yeah, I think they're just going to keep it on the ground at this point, just try to wind out the clock and get out of here.
I can't believe he did that, though. He had 4 guys hanging on him and knew exactly where he was supposed to be to drag them 4 extra yards. Not 3 1/4, 4.
Yeah, no, he's played an impressive game tonight, no question about it. He sends Cutler out with a push in the back, and Jordan Richardson comes in for the Bobcats.
I mean, it's got to be right. You got to execute down to the wire. Big fan now. He's made a fan out of me.
Yeah, he's been impressive, no question about it. Lived up to the hype coming in. And there's Richardson, big body going straight up. Inside the 40, down to about the 42-yard line. I think that's Mark Whittemore, the head coach of the Bucholz squad. I think he said we're just going to keep this thing on the ground and try to wind the clock and go home. Yep.
By the way, look at the helmet of 8 Jackson. It's just torn to absolute shreds. That little yellow stuff isn't something that he was put onto the helmet. It's shards of the helmet that are coming off of his helmet from how many times he's been banging his head and trying to get into there and making plays in the backfield. It's a sign of going to war.
You can see Whittemore there, number 2. He's calling the shots, milking the clock, play clock down to 1. They just get it off in time. Here he goes to throw. He's still looking to throw. He's going to go into the end zone. He's got a man there. No good. Incomplete.
Possible to call pass interference there. Glad the referee kept his flag in his pocket. It really shouldn't be passing with 2:37 left in the fourth quarter anyway, but it's only a 14-point game, so that would have been putting it away. So I understand it. Don't like it, but I understand it.
He had the man. He was open, but he underthrew him, and so gave the secondary a chance to catch up to that. That was Jack Ray Kelly once again.
So we got a third down.
Yep. I would say a third down and about 5. And might see Whittemore keep the football this time, although he does have Jordan Richardson in the backfield with him. And they give it to Richardson. Richardson
driving the legs.
Yep, booms across the
offensive line, getting behind him. Hog Molly's pushing.
31-yard line, and he's over.
And he got it.
He's inside the 30-yard line.
That's a team effort there. You know, it's a good mentality play by them. You know, they only have 1 loss in the season, correct?
Yep. That was last week. Bouncing back nicely from that.
It's a sign of a good team to rally behind each other and, finish out the next game that follows that. Set the tone for the rest of the season.
2:20 left in the game and counting down. Bobcats doing one of David's sugar huddles there as make sure everybody is on top of what's happening here. Whittemore really controls the tempo out there. Down to 1 second on the play clock. He hands off. Richardson straight ahead once again. Never did get him down, just stopped his forward progress. And now another timeout called by Fleming Isalnd. A minute 50 left to go in the game. Fleming Isalnd, they look like they've been in a game. More like a war. They're
yeah, it looks like they've been in two, honestly. They're covered in mud, they're tired, they're beaten. This is a long bus ride home for sure, but you have to hang your hat on the fact that you played the entire game. You roughhoused with one of the better teams in the state and came out with a much better result this year than you did last year. It's progress in the team.
Well, to think about it, back to the first half, they had the ball a couple of times in the red zone and couldn't convert. They lost the ball on downs, and if they score on one of those, even then, what may change the game? Who knows?
Would have been huge. Would have been a one-possession game.
Yep. And, what's interesting is that the Bobcats have been in control right from the very start, but they really haven't blown out the Golden Eagles. They've hung tough, but they've been in control for the whole time. Right from the first quarter when they scored, 54 seconds in.
Extra offensive lineman in to help run the ball.
Second down and about 8. There's Whittemore. He keeps the ball. He cuts it up inside. He's got the first down, and he takes a pretty good pounding there. But he pops up.
Good shot there by David Smith and Jackson there, both being able to rally to the football and bring him to the ground. We're going to have third down and short.
I'll tell you, the Golden Eagles, they're going to hit the training room tomorrow. There's quite a few of the guys out there walking with limps, and they look like they've been in a war.
Oh, there's going to be nothing worse than having to do a couple hours in the training room, a couple minutes in the training room and an hour of film. It's the worst kind of Friday.
In the victory formation now. Here's Whittemore. Oh, he didn't do the victory. He sort of tried to do the
trying
sneak.
to get this first down and then to take knees on it, and that's the game.
I think it'll be fourth down. I don't think he got enough to get the first down. It's 55 seconds and counting down.
They're giving the signal.
Yeah, there's about 15 or 16 seconds difference between the shot clock and the play clock. It's an all but history as an impressive performance by the Bucholz Bobcats. They go to 7-1 on the season. Unfortunately, Fleming Isalnd is going to fall to 4-4.
And that'll be tough, but that means the last game of the year is going to be for a winning record, which is going to be good for this boys to have.
Now they take the knee, and that does it. Players shaking hands out at the center of the field. And the Bobcats beat the Golden Eagles tonight by the final score of 49-35. Why don't we take a timeout here? We'll come back and wrap things up and talk a little bit about what we saw tonight, what you saw, and tell you what's coming up next here on Florida Sports Broadcasting. We're back to Gainesville right after this.
49-35.
Are you looking for a place to get connected, find community support or purpose? If the answer is yes, River Christian Church is the place for you. In addition to Thursday night and Sunday services, RCC offers support groups, youth groups, and events for all ages. Make sure you join RCC this Sunday, October the 30th for the Fall Festival from 3 to 5 p.m. Admission is free, and RCC is located at 5900 U.S. Highway 17. Stop by, give them a call, or visit riverchristian.church and let them show you how they can be a blessing to you.
All right, we're back here in Gainesville at the Milton Lewis Stadium. And on Citizens Field, it was an offensive explosion tonight as the final score 49-35 in favor of Bucholz. And there's plenty of accolades to go around as far as those offensive players were concerned. And I'll tell you, I thought Bucholz's defense, they gave up 35 points, but I thought they played pretty well considering they never let the Golden Eagles get all the way back in the game.
Well, I mean, it's tough to say that anybody on the defensive side for Fleming Isalnd played well. And even on the Bucholz side, the defensive line didn't really come on until later in the game. It's especially in that first half. Fleming Isalnd had the ability to run the ball and really wore them down towards the end of it. And there was some point where the Fleming Isalnd mentality shifted to we have to be able to throw the ball, and that didn't work out. And then they cued in on the run, and that didn't work out. There was a couple series late where they came back to make the score appear closer than it actually was, but this was a controlled game by the Bobcats from at least from the offensive side of the ball.
Just trying to look at, I think they're celebrating senior night here.
Yeah, congrats to those seniors. They got a good quality win and send off guys like Creed Whittemore, who would be my offensive player or my player to the game, and send them off in style. Any thoughts? Any defensive players to the game?
Well, I would say if you're looking for any kind of a defensive player, Thomas Weinhardt.
Oh, absolutely. That defensive end, that outside backer from
he played well.
From Bucholz as well.
I think their defensive line played well, especially in the second half. Maybe not so much in the first half, but second half they certainly frustrated Sam Singleton. He just couldn't get it going, couldn't find a spot to break through the line. And they tackled him for either no gain or short gains each and every time. The only time that he really broke it was on that 80-yard pass from Broughton. They hit him about 15 yards downfield, and Sam took it the rest of the way. So Whittemore ended up with 5 TD passes today, the second time that he's done that in the season. He also ran one in. Broughton had a good game, too. Broughton had 2 runs for touchdowns. He also passed to Sam for the 1, and Singleton had 2 touchdowns. So a lot of offensive firepower there for both teams. We talked about Whittemore being the 1-2 punch for his team, 1-2 punch of Broughton and Singleton for the Bobcats, who are waiting for their this is the Fleming Isalnd anthem going. But their team should feel good about the fact that they never gave up during this game. That's a sign of a team that is still together despite the last 4 games in which they've lost 3 out of 4, now 4 out of 5.
That is tough for a team that had not only playoff aspirations but going deep into the playoffs aspirations. It's not the season that they envisioned. It's not due to injuries. It's not due to the lack of talent that they have. It's not due to the quarterback or star players not performing. It's the team consistency, which has been the biggest issue. And it's something that Coach Springs can fix. It's going to take a little bit more time than we expected, and he's going to have to rebuild with younger players again, so it might be another year away. But the Fleming Isalnd faithful have a rich bed of talent to regroup and rebuild from, and things are still going to be okay in the future. Things turn to next week as they look to have a winning record and finish off this year on a high note, as they most likely will not make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's important to set the tone for the off season and moving ahead to next year, and plus it's a rivalry game. It's Orange Park. It's an all Clay County battle there, and of course Florida Sports Broadcasting will be there at sidelines at the Rock, and we hope you join us at that time as well. David, any final thoughts on tonight's game?
Tonight's game, one to put away for several of the defensive backs for Fleming Isalnd. As long as you can have a short memory and move on, that's going to be important for the kids.
Disappointed that Fleming Isalnd couldn't pull it out in the end, and they hung in there, though, doggedly throughout the course of the game. It was just a little bit too much of Creed Whittemore. We had an opportunity to see him. I'm grateful for that chance to see him play in person, and they've got one more game on their season schedule. They're now 7-1. They'll probably make the playoffs, and he'll be a big factor in the playoffs. Absolutely.
I think so, too. And by the way, after the game next week, come see us at Chubby's Wings. Mr. Chubby's Wings.
There you go. Yep, that'll be a good way to wrap up the season if indeed that's what happens, as we think it will. But we've got winter sports ahead for
Absolutely.
Florida sports broadcasting, basketball, and other things. So make sure you check it out at floridasportsbroadcasting.com. All right, so once again, it was the Bucholz Bobcats 49, Fleming Island Golden Eagles 35. Quite a game here in Gainesville at the Milton Lewis Stadium, Citizen Field. For David Wells and for Ray Canterbury, this is Mike Selig. Have a great night, everybody.